All right, ladies and gents, welcome. Welcome to the first quarterfinal in Titans League, and this is also the first time that full sets are actually going to the main YouTube channel. So hello, main YouTube channel. I hope you guys have been pumped about Titans League. If not, let me explain. Basically, we had this crazy group stage format, and players had to play everyone in their group 3 times. And at the end of that group stage format, we had playoffs. He had won his group. He moved on immediately to the quarterfinal. TaToH, he was in 3rd place in his group. Had to be the 2nd place player to get here. And now we have a big old knockout bracket. We have Yo in the north, one of the legends of our game. He's in top 5 territory in that conversation right now. But Yo is top 5 all time for me. And Yo has been in the top 5 conversation since like 2015. This dude is one of the GOATs. And if you can have multiple GOATs. And he's going to win multiple GOATs, actually, because he's Gurjaras. I guess they're actually sheep. But the map here is Ghost Lake. And so he'll want as many sheep to send into that mill. That is one of the unique things about his civilization and their starts. TaToH is over here playing as the humans. And this civilization can build the 2nd TC in the feudal age. And TaToH's done that. He did it twice in the group stage. However, one time he went fast feudal into the town center. The other time he went into some aggression and then later on made that town center. So I'm excited to see these two face off. Massive stage for these two. And I looked at the results between these two as well over the last 2 years, and I was surprised to see that TaToH had only won 1 series against Yo in the tournament out of like 8. A lot of those sets were close, but it was always Yo beating TaToH. And if you want to take it one step further, you could argue that the series that TaToH did win against Yo was less important. It was a smaller event compared to some of the scale of the other ones, with like Warlords and Open Classic events that you'd consider S tier with, 5-figure prize pools. So TaToH's going to have his work cut out for him here. Both players know each other well. Both players are known as strategists. And both are incredibly adaptive. I mean, these are two of the best players that, play this game. And obviously they're deserving to be in that top 8 right now. But neither player made it to a semifinal in the first season of Titans League. I think they both lost their quarterfinals. I don't remember exactly who they ended up losing to, though. I think Yo had lost to Viper, if I'm not wrong. But I don't remember who TaToH had played against. And TaToH, he didn't find these sheep here because he's been scouting the middle of the map. Or maybe he was bringing the sheep home. Maybe that's more accurate. I think he was bringing the sheep home. And he's just pushing some deer right now, thinking about the feudal age. But holy sheep, man. This is amazing. Yeah, TaToH didn't scout this area of his map. I mean, it's not like TaToH isn't going to have sheep. There are extra sheep on this map. But Yo's going to have a full mill, and then he's going to have 3 additional sheep that he can either eat underneath his TC or make another mill. When this civilization first came out, the food income you got from the mills was just insane. And so you would see like 2 mills built in these types of scenarios. I'd be very surprised if Yo does that. Players are even pulling sheep out of their mill to eat on occasion in a normal scenario. So I think Yo's not going to complain about having a little bit of sheep underneath his TC. Sheep pathing is bugged. Come on, devs, fix it. Look, he keeps trying to garrison... he keeps trying to garrison the sheep. Okay, so he can garrison 1. I don't know if he's done the math here. That sheep can't be garrisoned. You can only fit 10 in there. And now he's probably like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just eat the sheep underneath the TC. And look, it's like not a bad thing, right? You don't have food underneath your TC because you finished the berry bushes too. So I think that's completely fine. Now, TaToH, he's got an exposed gold, as both players do. That's normal on Ghost Lake. This version of Ghost Lake, that was kind of an intentional thing that we kept. And TaToH's thinking about what he'll do here, guys. And Yo doesn't see a barracks yet. And Yo sees the town center. He sees the wood line. And now he's looking now. He's thinking, what will TaToH do? It's always so difficult with the humans. You just don't know if they're going to drop that 2nd town center. And this would be a good spot, right? You have the wood, you have the gold. You can kind of wall in. It's a little too snug. TaToH might go for a trap here. I think Yo heard something there. Yo moving this way. Yeah, Yo knows that he could be trapped in there with a couple quick walls from TaToH. But he did see the barracks, and that's what he wanted to see here, guys. That's the most important thing about this, is simply the fact that he saw the barracks. Now, the thing about the Gurjaras, I think they would normally want to go for scouts. But I think a big reason Yo's not doing that is because he had to respect the fact that TaToH could go for the town center. And the last thing you want when you're up against humans is to have scouts, and then they're just walled with a second town center. Scouts can't do anything up against a town center fire. So it's going to be archers for Yo. And archers are still fine, of course, but, you know, he's playing quite open against a player who's going to send more scouts forward. And he's just confirmed that TaToH's going for the scouts. And I spoke to Doubt. Doubt had played TaToH in the round of 12 series, and he was talking about how with TaToH, it's always mind games. I think a lot of that is because TaToH and Doubt know each other so well. But I think, you know, TaToH's just... He always loves picks where it keeps you guessing. And he's going to play very safe at home behind this. So I don't think TaToH's going to take any damage. So he could consider that second town center. And whoa! He actually wants to go for the big walls. Yo's got a spearman. Yo also has his camel scout. And Yo will want to wall as well. He actually still has sheep over here. Holy crap. Sheep galore for him. But he's just kind of being patient for the time being. Even pushing in more food underneath the TC. First game of this best of 5 series. There's obviously... These guys want to win the whole thing, right? There's that fight and there's that competition. But obviously there's a nice little jump in prize pool too if you move forward to the semifinal, even if you lose. And TaToH with 2 scouts. And TaToH with the spearman as well. And Yo has been greedy so far. He hasn't walled at all, hasn't tried anything. Very surprising that Yo hasn't even small walled this. But let's see how this goes exactly. He might lose a villager. Oh, he's going to save it? Trying to save it. Can Yo save this? Oh my goodness, you're kidding me. What a save there from Yo. Now, some idle time, of course. But he saves that villager. He's just so bold. It's like, you shouldn't be able to be so bold, Yo. And here he comes with archer, 2 archers and a spearman. Which I guess could do something. There is actually a gap over here for TaToH that he needs to scout. I assume he doesn't have vision on it. I just hasn't really looked for it. But yeah, these aggressive walls from TaToH leaves him a little bit exposed. But I think he could even fight this off. I don't even think this is going to be that strong. And there's the second town center from TaToH. But you notice how TaToH, like, the base is still open here. And TaToH's just kind of coming home with the scouts. I think he's really concerned he's not walled up. This is an important series. There's a lot of stress and pressure now. And I really think that he, even though Yo saved that villager, I mean, he could have continued to try and run around. You still have lots of mobility. And here comes Yo now with some vills. Now, there's no way he's sending all these vills forward. But he seems to sense that it's awfully quiet out here. And Yo is no stranger to forwarding. So I think he wants a tower on this wood line. And guys, you know, he's looking at this. And he hasn't actually scouted all of this yet. But from what he can see, this is the only wood line for TaToH. So he could maybe drop a tower behind that wood line, and that could be tough for TaToH to take wood. That said, TaToH's going to drop an archer range. TaToH's brought the scouts in. Boink, spearman hit. And TaToH even trying to... I don't know if you could catch it. He was trying to loop that one scout away. And the reason for that was he wanted the spearman to chase that one so the 2 scouts could kill the other villager. Didn't happen. Yo was wise to it. And yes, here comes what will be a tower rush from Yo. So the normal 2 TC boom with the humans, you want to go for it immediately. And then you have a big vill lead, but then you have no army, and you have no way to pressure, and it leaves you exposed. What TaToH is like to do is he's like to do this, where he makes some army, and then he goes for the TC. But it is difficult to have that combination of making army and also creating villagers. So you're going to be behind in villagers based on what it's capable, but you're going to be ahead of your opponent. If that makes sense. And you can compete more for army control. And Yo is just walked forward here, just the perfect time. He didn't even see the town center. He won't see the farms in the fog of war, by the way. That's a spectator thing. But Yo has defended himself wonderfully with very little defensive army investment. And he's now placed what I consider to be just the perfect tower there. And TaToH can't even counter tower because TaToH has used 100 of his stone to build that town center. That tower is just epic. Now, TaToH does have a wood line here, and that pretty much saves him. Yo doesn't know about that. Yo hasn't scouted that area, and there's not really much Yo can do about it. But just think about this, guys. These villagers, I'll show their efficiency. Look at the moving graph on their existence here. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're just not collecting wood, which means TaToH can't make archers, which means TaToH It can't make farms, and this could delay his castle age. And Yo's now going to make another tower. By the way, this house is also perfect. It kind of blocks that in so villagers can't hit it. I'd like to see Yo do a similar thing here with Palisades. So Yo with the map control. Yo's still not walled. Yo thinking about castle age. The humans will still have a really nice Vill lead. So you need to do more damage in castle age. But now, him delaying or denying the berries also helps. This is a small thing, but I really wish he had one more palisade there. Him not having a palisade there means TaToH can delete his house and actually batter that tower down. TaToH's tried to be sneaky here. I love this play from TaToH. I'm not even sure exactly how he did it. He must have deleted... Yeah. So he deleted a hole there and snuck out. The downside is he doesn't actually have army here to be able to stop Yo from making this tower. So Yo's just like boldly standing here. There could be 10 archers in there for all Yo knows. But he doesn't expect it to be the case. Oh, TaToH's actually going to loop in. Again, felt like maybe there was an opportunity there for TaToH to be able to go counterattack Yo, but he's expecting Yo to be walled. Yo has been very bold. He was open so early against the scout rush. He's still open now, and he probably will see this as an opportunity to wall up. But Yo is going to complete his tower, doesn't garrison. So TaToH's going to be fine. TaToH also counter towers. And that was just, we just caught Yo walling this. Because he knows this army is out here. That's what Yo was doing in that moment. As he's now on his way to Castle Age. So it's incredibly important for Yo to keep these villagers alive. You don't want to lose these villagers. Because I think he also wants a siege workshop here on the front. TaToH has a nice little villager lead now. And TaToH has more archers than Yo. And TaToH has the 3 scouts. So some stubbornness needed for Yo, who will complete his walls at home and make sure all of his villagers are inside. And TaToH now pounces, and this is an amazing play from TaToH. This could lead to all 4 of these villagers going down. TaToH, despite all the pressure he's received, he is yet to lose a villager against any of it. And TaToH will find himself with a crazy villager lead now. 51 villagers for TaToH, 37 for Yo. Yo isn't producing any right now either because he's on his way to Castle Age. So this is an incredible game, guys. We had Yo, but I think, like, really calm, collected pressure. But just some small things here, some small mistakes possibly. Remember I said about that palisade. If he had the palisade, I think it's possible that maybe one villager could hit diagonally. But he didn't add that palisade, so TaToH will take that tower down. But here is Yo. So I think Yo is going to feel some level of pressure to make a second town center right now. I know you want to all in, but you don't even have the forward villagers. So I think you need to add a second town center. There it is. He's also adding Shrivamsha. Shrivamsha is very good against archers, especially feudal age archers, right? So Shrivamshas could clear up the map again. He actually came in here with a camel, and he might keep his tower up. He's actually going to kill 2 villagers there with that camel. That's pretty impressive. We'll see if he can maybe get to the other vill. Looks like TaToH's just made a wall here. And that tower is almost down. Again, imagine if there was just one more palisade. I think this wouldn't even be a talking point. TaToH idled his town center unintentionally, but now intentionally in this game. When you get a vill lead, these days, you just kind of need to accept that that's enough and need to back off. And here come the Shrivamshas. The thing that makes the Shrivamshas good, though, is that they don't really take damage from the initial hits. And so I think Yo is maybe being too aggressive here. I mean, certainly don't want to lose your villagers here, Yo. You need this push to work. Yo didn't even try and run, despite seeing the archers here. And let's see if TaToH can kill this vill. Ah! It doesn't die! TaToH, do you have anything that can go out there and snipe that thing? Oh, man. Well, tower went down for Yo, but Yo's now killed 3 villagers. So it's 5 versus 3 with the Eco KD. He was also adding the 3rd town center, and TaToH doesn't know exactly how aggressive Yo's going to be with this. You have to assume on some level that this is going to be as aggressive as Yo can manage. And that's just simply due to the fact that, you know, you've been ahead, right? They always go with crazy pressure against the humans, these players. That vill 1 hit away from going down, and if that villager would have died, the siege workshop wouldn't have completed, the armored elephant wouldn't have come out, the monastery wouldn't be built, and Gurjara cavalry does 30% more bonus damage. So these things are 30% more effective than other armored elephants against buildings. Buildings melt to Gurjara elephants. I made a couple videos on it. I don't remember the title of the videos. But when you get like 4 or 5 of them against a town center or a castle, it's crazy, man. It's so much faster than just a normal ram. Or, of course, a normal armored elephant. Yo, lots of pressures with the Shravamshas. TaToH's going to open with camels. TaToH does lose the stable. Not the biggest deal. Losing the market could kind of hurt him, though. And it's been a really competitive game. So I hope you guys are ready for this series. Oh, Villager. He survived so much. He doesn't want to die to a freaking camel. It's one thing to die to an archer or a knight, but dying to a camel is just embarrassing. And yeah, he might die to a camel, but he's building the outpost. The Shravamshas have run in now because the camels are out and about. And Yo has played this wonderfully. He's going to bring a monk over here, to be able to get a conversion. 4 HP Bob over here is still alive. And it's just a lot of pressure on TaToH now, isn't it? I think the big thing here for TaToH is he will not have a market. So no market means he can't really balance his economy. And the other thing for TaToH, he actually sold stone right before he lost his market. I don't know if he meant to sell stone. I think he wanted to maybe build a castle. But TaToH's actually got to make a new market now. 4 HP Villager, again walled in around the outpost. But good job there from TaToH to kill the monk. Here, TaToH did lose a fight. And we've got 6 camels for Yo. We've got 8 for TaToH. TaToH's got lots of army on the field. What TaToH wants, though, is he wants a castle to put a stop to all of this. If TaToH can put a castle here, he's fine. There are other things to talk about with the civs in their long terms here in this matchup. But that's what TaToH wants. He wants to run out here, and he wants to build that castle. And he knew a monk would be coming, so he was running here before the monk popped out. Sadly for him, he still loses a camel, but he will still clear it up. Now, the other thing, Yo is going for TC number 4. So that was not the end-all, be-all for Yo. Yo did not need to win the game with that attack right there. Yo is completely content with the situation. He knows that TaToH has been delayed. And this game will still likely go on for a very long time here, guys. 32 to 23 KD. TC for Yo. He's going to need to complete this. So he's kind of thinking about fighting, now thinking about running to the TC. They're like, we're not finished yet, man. We're not finished yet. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to take the fight. I mean, I was expecting him to run to the TC there, something he still might end up doing. But great job from TaToH. TaToH still maintains a villager lead. Will drop a castle on that very important main gold. And yeah, now Yo is forced to make another monastery at home. Yo can garrison here with the town center, and TaToH will have to consider running away. And TaToH now knows the situation, and what a great game. This is awesome. Economy upgrades are looking pretty decent for both players. Not perfect, though. Neither player having wheelbarrow with this many farms hurts. It's almost like Yo heard me there. And he might be doing a mental eco upgrade check now. He might be like, well, do I have the wood upgrade? That's not what Yo sounds like, by the way. And he's got to do a different type of eco upgrade check. He's got to make sure that his villagers have some protection here. It's not really an upgrade of sorts, but obviously you don't want there to be any counter damage. Let's see, does the game allow you to attack diagonally between a tree and a house? Okay, it does. So TaToH would have probably taken out that earlier tower in the same way if Yo would have added that one palisade wall. But man, these guys are so good at this game. Anyone else pumped? This is an incredible Age of Empires 2 game. So the thing about the humans, again, we have the 2 TCs. We've passed that point. But they don't get heavy camel, okay? And they also don't get bracer. So the units that you're seeing from TaToH, they won't scale quite as well. However, I talk about it a lot. I think the Kipchak is a really underrated unit. Not by pro players. Pro players make them all the time. It's just that pro players make them for a reason. And a lot of other people seem to think that Kipchak suck. I think they're really solid with their timings. And they're really good castle age unit because you don't need many upgrades for them to be effective. And in combination with more camels, it can be strong. And that's my concern for Yo. It's the fact that there's a time window here for TaToH to force the issue because TaToH knows his camels won't be all that strong in the late game. And TaToH now has the Kipchak. Yo's only sitting on 14 camels. And yes, the Gurjara camels do additional bonus damage, but that doesn't equate to that much at this stage of the game. And it equates to a lot more when you're attacking something other than a camel. Let's just say that. Sorry. It is still 30% additional bonus damage, which is huge. That just doesn't apply to mean much against camels. So Yo needs conversions, and Yo needs to have probably more numbers than TaToH or more upgrades. TaToH's going to have chain barding armor. Yo doesn't have that yet, and TaToH still has more camels. Also, Yo is here. I think he really wanted to attack this Vil, and he couldn't do it. So he does have some of his camels over there. He just got a conversion. Has to fall back, but this was just classic Yo. He's trying to buy himself time here, guys. And that's an awful fight to take. You cannot take that fight. I don't think so, anyways. Maybe you can take the fight. You've got a monk here. Maybe you can take the fight. Yo. Taking the fight. TaToH's got his own monks coming forward. It still felt like a pretty reasonable engagement there for TaToH. Here, though, he is losing a monk. I don't know how Yo is able to take engagements next to a castle like that and be effective in a high-stress scenario. It's so easy to just lose your units to a castle. But yeah, Yo feeling the pressure, and TaToH starting to snowball the camel numbers. 20 camels for TaToH. TaToH has 1,300 gold here. And you can kind of tell what Yo's trying to do here. Yo's trying to save food and go up to Imp. But sometimes it's too much of a risk, and then you can end up losing the game. Only 5 camels for Yo, who now needs a defensive castle before these units break in. And he's going to place it now. And I actually think he'll complete it. The crazy thing about Yo is that he can just get away with this stuff. He's on his way to Imp. And he is fully housewalled on this side. And TaToH's still producing, and I think this might be the time where TaToH sends the boys. Yeah, TaToH's going to bring the Vils. He's going to drop his own castle here. Normally, if your opponent has less army than you in an even economy game, you just know that they're going up to the Imperial Age. Especially if they fall back into a defensive castle. So TaToH's like, fine. There's a perfect spot for me to drop a castle right there. That's crazy. It's very hard to get a forward castle down on someone's gold on this map because it's so close to the ice. Holy crap. TaToH's sending like a third of his economy forward. How many villagers are in here? 28. That is a fourth of his economy. Well, I mean, he's still got a decent economy behind this. And Yo, he will need gold elsewhere, which he will have. Yo's going to have this gold. The only thing that Yo doesn't actually have access to right now is stone. His other stone is over here. So there's no way this castle gets denied. I think, honestly, you could have sent 2 villagers and the castle would have gone up because there's just not enough army resistance from Yo. But obviously, you then wouldn't have the castle up in time, and TaToH has brought some of the villagers forward to build the castle, some of the villagers forward to take the stone. TaToH's still getting upgrades, and it feels like he's committed to Castle Age here, guys. Can't stop, won't stop. He's going to continue to pressure. He's got Bod Canero for his kip checks. He's now got 2 castles to produce those kip checks, and he's just got to continue to produce the camels. Yo can treb this down, but Yo still needs to do an awful lot of work here to get up an army. And if TaToH gets in here and drops another castle, Yo could be dead. 30 on stone for TaToH. Maybe make a second mining camp, bro. Yo trying to save what units were in there. Loses a couple to death and conversion. And this looks like TaToH's game if he continues this. But Yo's getting heavy camel. He also has snuck over to the right side. Had vision over here earlier. Taking gold and taking stone there. God, if this stone makes a big difference in this game, how crazy would that be? TaToH's taking Yo's stone, thinking Yo can never make another castle. TaToH, 40 camels. Now, you can consider capped ram in Castle Age with the humans. It is a unique bonus for them. I think it would make sense with this much army. TaToH hasn't done it. It might be because he doesn't have the eco set up. He's spending a lot of wood on other things. Yo is going to have Kshatriyas. I may be mispronouncing it. I've been getting better, I'd like to think anyways. So that means all of his units will cost less food. And he's going to have heavy camel, and he's also going to have imp armor. So that's all good. But look at this massive ball of units from TaToH. It says, who needs imp? But honestly, I like the play because TaToH knows I can't get heavy camel. So if I tried to go imp with you, it's advantage Yo. Instead, he's turned it into this super messy, super aggressive game. And maybe only Yo can get himself out of this position, guys. But what's wild to me is Yo could still be fine. He's been trebbing this down. He has to protect a lot of economy. But he could still somehow be fine. He somehow has more villagers. He's just so calm. I mean, so many people watching right now, maybe even including myself, wouldn't even be able to breathe. We'd be lightheaded. We'd be dizzy. But Yo just said, oh, okay, that castle's gone now. We're just going to move over to this one. Now, this TC will die. I know it's camels, but this TC will die. So that's going to be 15 villagers killed. TaToH's been desperate for significant eco damage. He's finally going to find that. And TaToH also is scouting the right side because he saw this, so he could kill all of these villagers as well. And also, while he's at it, he might discover these vills, and he does. So Yo is going to start to lose pop hard. Yeah, crazy losses incoming for Yo. And I don't think Yo has realized. Okay, Yo notices now. But now TaToH's got 30 villagers forward. Oh, God, we forgot about TaToH's economy being forward. So 20 camels for Yo. He's going to secure his main gold. I'm really concerned for his food and wood eco. These villagers are goners. These villagers, many of them will be saved. Yo needs to fall back and he needs to protect his trebuchet here. He hasn't been able to afford many of them. He's got 2 now. And TaToH is slowly running out of stone, but TaToH is killing lots of villagers. If only he could find these vills too. He's killed 45 vills. It's not bad. But if he could find maybe a couple dozen more, then he would maybe be okay, because he's going to have to brace himself for Imp, and he's going to have to somehow find something else to do in Imp too. He's buying himself time though, right? He's buying this army time, and he's able to do a lot because of it. And he's also been just casually taking resources from Yo this whole game too, which will add up over time. Yo takes this fight, and I think he's still uncertain. And actually, oh my god, there's a capped ram going in there for the Treb, guys. I think Yo could win this fight. I believe that much in the Gurjara heavy camels. He just needs to keep his Trebs alive, and he does do that here. Let's see. Will TaToH's numbers be enough here? 150 population for Yo. 160 population for TaToH. Yo has actually cleared it. You've got to be kidding me. Yo also has been back on this gold, so he's defending this area. And Yo is very close to taking out TaToH's castle. Now, TaToH, you've got a tough decision to make here. You either spend all of your resources on pikemen now, or you try and go Imp and then do it. I think Imp is probably the play, because I don't see him staying in Castle H against the Gurjaras if the Gurjaras can utilize their units out of their castles too. But what an insane game, guys. I'm so impressed with both players here. How Yo has lost 50 villagers and half of his base and still been okay is just wild to me. And then, of course, TaToH's recovery from Yo's play earlier was also insane. These players are exceptional. This is amazing Age of Empires 2. And TaToH finally going to run out of stone there. And I don't think he's actually mining any of it. He's bought some stone, too. He really knows that once this castle goes down, he's in trouble. He's even going to try and relic heist and just take this relic back home for a later date. And there's another monk coming in with a relic, too. So if TaToH's able to get those relics back home and be an Imp, and the game goes on for a very long time, he will be better off with the gold income. And look at this. TaToH's actually back on the side. Yo might defend from it. And again, exceptional from him. Monk also did go down there. But crazy stuff, guys. Also, where did those 3 sheep come from? Did Yo never eat them? I'm very confused. Also, the other monk died here? Because Yo had this outpost from Feudal Age and he saw it? Get out of here, man. Seriously, it's so impressive. I just lost hope to ever get good at this game. But I love it at the same time. The outposts have really been key for Yo, though. I wonder, like, how this game would have gone if Yo never had control and vision on this side. Look at this. He's actually going for a counter raid. Oh, Yo had another mill there? Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes more sense. Yo also has now evened up the villager count, or... well, he's on his way to doing that anyways. He's killed a lot of TaToH's villagers there. Yo has 175 population, and yeah, it is the chakrams... and it is the camels that is the problem here. Because chakrams are very good against pikemen. TaToH still finds himself 3 minutes away from him. I mean, he destroyed half of Yo's base, and Yo's still fine. Yo still has 44 on food. How is this guy able to do this? TaToH's aggression was insane. Could the Rams have come in faster for TaToH? Maybe. That's something we'll have a discussion on, but... now it's just a big problem for the Spaniard, right? Because Yo before... he was able to do everything when he was on the defensive. But now, he's on the offense. And he's up in age. And he is not being attacked at all, so he's able to fix his economy in ways that he wasn't able to before, in theory, and possibly even go for the killer blow here. He's killing TaToH's villagers on the wood line. He's got villagers on the way. He's got 17 chakrams already, and he wants to just finish this game as quickly as possible. The Trebs will probably come forward to this position, and all the army is going to come forward to this position for Yo. And while TaToH's expanding a little bit to the left side, trying to scout as well, see if there's any extra golds over here. Yo's already town centering that extra gold. So he had the neutral gold on this side. He's town centering the neutral gold on this side, and he's pushing TaToH's base. Yo does not... He does place late game castles when he needs to, but he loves to go for the in-your-face finish the game type of castle, and the Treb should be following up. And my goodness, guys. I mean, I knew I was going to upload this game to the main channel on YouTube anyways. The whole thing is, I covered like 200 games in group stage leading up to this. I can't upload every single series to the main channel. That's why we have the extras channel. I just didn't want to spam the channel. I only want to upload the best of the best to the main YouTube channel. But holy crap. I mean, that right there, if I were using my normal plan with uploads, is just a ridiculous game that deserves its own video. Crazy comeback from Yo. And if you had any question of why would Yo play so defensive, why would Yo not make army? You know now why that is. Someone said he lost his MTC. Who lost his MTC? TaToH? No. When you resign, it removes imp and it gives you your resources back. That's a common thing. So that said, I'm not sure where his resources went. Maybe it doesn't work that way. But anyways, TaToH loses the game. I think it was a good game from him. I do not think TaToH can look at this and really say he played a bad game. He played amazing Age of Empires 2 against the beastly player in Yo. The only thing I'll say, though, is maybe the capped ram play could have been faster. Because I think if Yo loses this castle, because TaToH spent so much time on the town centers without rams too. So if TaToH would have had rams a couple minutes ahead of time, he maybe would have done more significant damage to Yo's economy. And then he also would have been in a position to potentially dive and take out Yo's castle before Yo had heavy camel. Again, I'm just trying to think about it. I don't think it was that easy. I remember what his economy looked like when he went forward, and he just didn't have a lot of wood. But yeah, it was an incredible game. And Yo, with a slightly better KD there, somehow collected more resources, because yeah, that makes sense when you didn't have your stone and your golds. Just ridiculous player, ridiculous economy, and we'll move on to game 2. All right, so I was curious on what map we would see, and I said that TaToH should pick Arena, and that's precisely what he's gone for here, guys. And TaToH was on the other end of what is going to be titled the craziest game of 2023 against Doubt. And so TaToH knows how ridiculous the Portuguese are right now. And Portuguese always were really good with their organ guns, guys. And I felt like they were always valued as strong by some players on land maps due to how cheap their gold units were. And they were always also at the top on water. That at least was confirmed and agreed on by everybody. But what took Portuguese to the next level, again, their organ guns were already strong. The other options were already there. It's just that little bit of a tweak. The devs gave them a Dark Age eco bonus. And it's the specific Dark Age eco bonus of getting wood when you take berries that has allowed them to get to those options I mentioned just a little bit faster. An Arena, it's all about timing. It's all about pressuring with the right amount at the right time. Being able to go up a minute faster to the next stage and go for crazy aggression is what has made the Portuguese insane. Not to mention just like the Fetorias later on, which I think just complemented so well. So, the players are pretty close here, right? And 3 of the 5 relics are right between them, as well as stones and gold. So I feel like pressure would make sense. The Britons would probably want to have more space because Britons have cheap TCs. And I'm kind of thinking Yo's just going to go for the cheap town centers and try and boom. Because there's not many civs that can really stop the Britons if they get their economy rolling. And there's not many civilizations that can actually compete with the Britain boom on Arena because their town centers are so much cheaper. So if I'm TaToH, you know Yo's not that experienced on Nomad. You're probably thinking I need to pressure, and he's going to do exactly that. But we'll see what version of the build he has. I don't think the very top players have it figured out yet. I actually think that some of the Gold League players, like Samaro, for example. He has the perfect build for this. And I don't know if I don't know if these guys really know it. I think they have an idea of how to execute it. And so the 4 on berries in the Dark Age is exactly what I would suggest with it. But for example, I had talked to a couple players about the build for Portuguese on Arena, and it was never to go 4 on wood. It was actually just to go 2 on wood for the time being, for example. So it's just like some slight tweaks. You can adapt it. You're not under any pressure. But the population in which you click up, if you're going for the castle drop, is 23 pop. That is the one thing that has been consistent. Like, Doubt, when he went for his castle drop against TaToH, he didn't take stone while he was on his way to feudal. He took stone later, and he still got the castle at a decent time. So it doesn't have to be perfect per se. So I'll give you another example of being able to do things a little bit faster, which can make a difference on Arena. We talk about Bohemians a lot on Arena, and there are a lot of bonuses that are exciting with the Bohemians in the late game. But Bohemians are almost always going up 24 out of 25 population with a fast castle. Can you guys tell me why? They've got some bonuses which might come to mind here, but there's one in particular, and you could draw some similar conclusions to the Portuguese bonus, so now I'm kind of giving it away. But there's one bonus in particular, and it's the cheaper blacksmith. Because the blacksmith for every other civ costs 150 wood. The blacksmith for Bohemians is only 50 wood. So that means 1 or 2 fewer villagers needed on wood to execute the blacksmith and the market build order. Now, the Portuguese is kind of like that, except it's even more insane because you're getting a trickle of wood as you're taking the berries. So you're bringing in food while also bringing in wood at the exact same time. It's not just one thing being cheaper. So that's flexible for a lot of different reasons. This is the 23 pop click from TaToH. We'll see if he goes to the stone, but it definitely feels like he's going to go organ guns for me. And also, the next question then becomes, will he go forward castle? Because I once saw Yo expect some type of crazy YOLO pressure from his opponent. He expected a fast imp monk play. He went siege tower archers. And Yo's up even faster? Yo wants to stop this castle. TaToH, if you see that Yo is up faster than you, you do not build this castle in the middle of the map. That would be a very bad decision. I think Yo wants to deny the forward castle. Also, the other thing about Yo is he watches more games than probably the majority of the top 10. He will cover the games in Chinese for his community very frequently for events. So you're not really going to see Yo be surprised by strats. There are some situations, I wouldn't expect this with TaToH, but some players just don't do their homework. And players who don't do their homework sometimes don't know exactly what someone has tried in the past, what has worked, what other people are even doing. So anyways, we'll see the market and the blacksmith from TaToH. He has a really nice map if he gets pressured, by the way. So he's got 2 back golds. He's got the stone here as well. And Yo can't click up at all. It's like not even close, actually. I mean, I saw him go up fast. I just kind of assumed he'd be able to figure something out here. Oh, God. Oh, boy. This is, guys, this, I don't like it. I know what Yo is thinking. I know that he's scared of this push, but this is not really... Well, okay, the only thing it can do is deny the forward castle, right? So if you've got feudal age archers and your castle age delayed, you can deny the forward castle. But I think, again, with Yo's uptime, you would be able to know that he's going to have something funky going on here. So the safe play from TaToH is you build your castle in your base. We'll see if TaToH goes for the safe castle. He did not get loom. So considering he hasn't clicked loom at all, I think he just goes for the safe castle. So I think Yo's brain is in the right spot, but I think TaToH's brain is in the right spot too. And Yo is just looking. He's like, where is this crap? And this is going to be so much worse for Yo than it would be otherwise because his castle age time will be delayed. It'd be so horrible for him. Now, there is a chance still. If he kills TaToH's scout and then TaToH doesn't have vision, TaToH might still blindly run out. He shouldn't, though. Oh, and now Yo doesn't even know. And so now Yo loses the scout fight, and now he's like, well, crap. I don't have a scout to kill any monks later, which would have been nice. But now I don't even know if he's bringing the villagers out in the first place. Do I want to show my archers or what? Matt, this is the first series of the day. You didn't miss anything. This is the very first quarterfinal. Next quarterfinal will be Viper versus Jordan. But yeah, the first game is finished, and the first game was awesome. First game was amazing. And oh, TaToH's gonna boom! TaToH's gonna drop town centers. He's not gonna go all in. The mind games from TaToH. Wow, this is really interesting. Now, TaToH doesn't know about the archers yet. But Yo is like, come here, TaToH. He's like, where's your castle? I'm going to deny it because I know what you're doing. And I know what the Portuguese do. And I am a prepared boy. And now he's looking and he's like, wait, I don't even see a castle. What's happening? Now, I mean, there is a world where TaToH booming is bad, to be honest. Because you're not, like, your economy isn't set up to be really good here. And so there's a world where it just goes late game, the Britons dominate you, and you regret not applying pressure. But it is really funny. And this really gets me excited. I think TaToH might actually go for a Scorpion or two, and then actually go forward with Vils and drop the forward castle. I like how he healed up his scout now. But yeah, Yo's probably not going to commit much into the middle now. Because Yo just figures, oh, TaToH must be booming. I'm sure he's still very confused. But yeah, Yo's going to be able to not only go for second and a third town center, he can go for a fourth town center with these resources. In the next stage. If he wants to. He seems pretty heavy on stone, though. So I don't know. Maybe he's still thinking he needs a defensive castle. Portuguese have good match to Britain's late game? No, question mark. I think Arbalest, Lycav destroy everything Portuguese can make. There's just a time window that Britons have in early imp that is just so hard to contest. You can't even argue bomber cannons are that good against the Briton range. Because it's so easy for the Briton range to dominate. This is well played from TaToH here. He's, for the time being, not moving forward. He's simply just protecting his monks. He is going to grab the first relic. Definitely seems like a boom build for Yo. I think it'll be similar to what we just saw from TaToH, where he's on stone, but then he just drops town centers and saves up some stone for later. But yeah, Scorpion against archers that just have fletching is the perfect move. Yo could add a stable. I think a lot of players would have added a stable here to go for scouts, but it might be just too little too late for him, and he figures, let's just go for the economy. This is nice, though. TaToH shouldn't allow his scout to go down. That's a bit sloppy. Obviously focusing on other things. But again, guys, you know, the thing I mentioned, as excited as I am about TaToH going for the mind games, is you're now allowing this to be a game where Britons can go cheap TCs, and you don't have good eco upgrades. Look, like, he doesn't have his second wood upgrade, doesn't have his farm upgrade. And that's not TaToH being a noob. And by the way, crossbows coming out, and now they've got 8 range. They outrange the Scorpion. So Scorpions probably won't even be the best of plays here for Yo, depending on his micro, of course. Like here, he didn't see this, but he just going to see the monk, and TaToH dodges with the monk once. TaToH dodges with the monk twice. The monk is very weak. He's strong, though. He was a strong youngster when he was young. He's old now. He's bald now, and the dodging from Yo, and he's going to kill a Scorpion, and the monk is still there. And you've got another monk coming to try and convert the crossbows. And a lot just happened, but Yo didn't actually end up killing the weak monk. That's basically what I should have said in the first place. But anyways, what I was saying is TaToH still doesn't have the best of eco because of his initial build being so all in. Great micro from TaToH there. And now we're going to see a castle here from Yo. You can tell TaToH he wants a forward castle here. So 4 relics for TaToH of the 5 on this map. You know what's going to hurt TaToH so much if he places this castle? It's going to be the fact that Yo's castle has Bodkin, and it will do damage to his castle. That might not sound like a big deal, but that is actually... That could make a difference in the Treb war. TaToH is selling everything he can right now to get food and gold. He wants to go fast imp. So he's just delayed the initial idea. Has a little bit more economy behind it. But yeah, it'll be a castle face-off. It's still going to be awkward for Yo, though, because Yo doesn't have the food income to go imp. But again, for TaToH, you might actually have to repair your castle more than you would normally like. Yo's going to move out here to try and kill something. And he's going to kill a monk. It's probably the same monk from earlier. I don't know. Maybe the monk said something to him. We don't know. But TaToH with a perfect build. He clicks up perfectly. Didn't even have to wait for resources. Okay, so in a normal situation, on an Arabia game, let's say, Yo would be thinking Knights and Rams. If TaToH is expecting the potential for Rams, he should make a Mega No. Because Yo could go 5 or 6 Rams. Right when TaToH's making his first trap, boom, all these Rams come out. You don't really have anything to stop Rams. I don't think we're going to see Rams, but it's potential. Yo is going to snag this one relic. And the thing is, as it stands, TaToH has the Vill lead. He is going to lose it. But he has the Villager lead. And he can make Victorias. Which costs 250 gold, 250 stone. It's not that much for a building. That takes away a little bit of pop space. And brings you tons of resources. I guess 20 population space isn't a little bit. But if you consider how weak the type of all-in push is, the resources that a Victoria gives you is incredible at the time. It's all a timing thing. The Scorpions could also range these villagers, which will really be annoying for Yo. And I think TaToH's going to take this game, guys. I think that TaToH mind-gamed Yo. I think Yo tried to get fancy because of how crazy this strat has been. It definitely falls into the category of a strategy that's so good, but you just can't do anything to stop it. So he safely just assumed that TaToH would do it like everyone else has been doing it. And, I mean, TaToH's going to probably drop one Victoria. That's what I'd like to see. He would need to prep houses first if he wants to do that. But yeah, like one Victoria and he's fine. And Yo's going to see this. Yo's trying to use the market now, I guess, or he's going to drop the market now. He's thinking about imp, but he's going to lose the entire front of his base. Crazy mind games from TaToH. Yo doesn't even try. Wow. That was so good. That was so good. I love that. I just love that. Yo knew exactly what Portuguese typically do. He wanted to deny the forward castle. He went out there and he didn't see anything. And then TaToH ended up booming for a bit. But TaToH just delayed the initial idea. And took the map control against the crossbows and the archers. Got the castle down and ended up being fine. That was awesome. And honestly, you know, I know it's a quarterfinal. People want to see Yo fight from here. He is completely dead. He's completely dead. He will lose his castle. He'll lose all of his buildings at the very least. And TaToH will have a better economy. Because TaToH's Vill count isn't crazy behind Yo's, and because he'll have a Victoria, and because he has those relics. So a 5-3 KD in that game, but again, Arena is all about positioning and timing. TaToH did actually collect more resources there, just slightly. And that would have continued to grow as well. Not to mention he was taking some of the resources on the front, which Yo would normally want in, let's say, a straight-up boom game. Scores 1-1, guys. Let's move on to the next game. All right, here we are, guys. I thought Yo, after losing that game, would go directly to Cross, his first home map. And I also think he drafted his very first civilization for that. He does not. He goes to Arabia, a map that both players will know very well. Yo's playing as the Franks. TaToH's playing as the Khmer. And I was wondering what TaToH would play on Arabia. And now we have our answer. Interesting woodline here for Yo. It is extremely close to his town center here. But man, that gold is forward. The gold on the right here is also exposed. This gold on the left also exposed for Yo. The stones being safe with Franks, though, you're not going to complain too much about that in an aggressive game, as you can place cheap castles offensively or defensively. TaToH's golds are better in many ways, but his woodlines are worse, right? They're just further away. feels like it's harder for him to wall. I mean, the possibility's there, but... Wow, interesting start for TaToH. I think this was unintentional. Bringing in the boar early was certainly intentional, but he didn't have food underneath his TC for a second. Not that big a deal, though. Yeah, just the golds have been so awkward in TTL Arabia, right? Very rarely you're going to have a real nice position for a gold pile, and so aggression matters. I would expect Yo to go scouts. I'm kind of thinking the same here for TaToH. I wonder how TaToH's going to play the Khmer, because you can hop inside of houses. You can keep yourself safe with that. But there is a question on should you. Should you keep yourself safe with houses, because you're still going to end up not working when you're within those houses. Sometimes it's like a mindset thing for people, and they come into the game and they say, okay, ranks are better in many ways. I'm just going to play open, aggressive, in and out of houses, killing villagers all the time. And then if your opponent is able to get walls down, and then you're just open, you have no walls, that's what you're doing. You're hopping in and out of houses all the time, and it ends up being a negative. So I don't think it's a bad thing to play this like you can't use the house bonus. I think the safest play is to use the house bonus if you need it, but not rely on it. Both Civ's incredible with farming. If this becomes messy, I prefer Khmer. But initially, and in a standard game, I prefer the Franks. The forge bonus is very strong. The farm bonus is strong. The HP bonus on your cav is also nice. So, we will see. Houses don't have an attack stat, sadly. They used to. Do you guys know that? I have to find clips of it, and I have to add this here. And I'm going to press this button so Hardy reminds me we need to make a video about this. I will eventually make a video about the day that houses attacked. Some of you guys probably know this, but basically when the Khmer were added to the game, and I guess they added the ability to set gather points. I don't really have the exact reasons as to why this worked. If someone was attacking your house, you could select the house like a unit and right-click that unit, and it would do 1 damage every second or two to the units. And MBL abused that religiously for like 6 months. So like if you were just attacking his house, he would just start attacking your scout back. You get an attack noise and everything from it. It was there for a while. And then they eventually fixed that bug. It wasn't on DE though. It was pre-DE. So it was like 2017, 2018. But yeah, houses did actually attack for a bit. And there was like an honor code for some players where they just wouldn't do it. Like, I remember Viper was super annoyed by it. He never did it. And he just kept getting so annoyed with MBL for doing it against him. But then MBL didn't care. And I'm not going to lie, it was extremely satisfying. Like, one time there was a 1 HP scout from this guy. I lost the scout war. I still remember. He attacked my house. You know how annoying that is. You get the attack noise. You can't do anything about it because you don't have army. Bam! Scout's dead, fool. Attacked the wrong guy's scout house, excuse me. Yeah, so I was part of the problem. Anyways. Seems like this will be a scout build, and it'll be an extremely fast scout build for TaToH. See how open he's playing? He even skipped his mill. 1 lumber camp. Yo's also going... Nope, excuse me. Yo's going for 2 lumber camps. It's a bit more standard with the later uptimes. Again, it's just your economy is going to be more smooth if you do not take damage, of course. Yo with tons of food, man. Tons of food. I want to see his scouting. He doesn't actually see his main gold. What? It's not that far away, yo. Okay, now he sees his main gold. I would have made sure I checked that before I pushed in a couple more deer. But he knows about this one, and he knows about this one. So if he thinks about it, he knows... And he already knew, but he knows now he needs to be aggressive. TaToH stables there. The timing on these upgrades is really good for TaToH. Again, it's going to be the approach of, I'm going to kill quickly, and I'm going to play open here. I'm not going to play safe for late game. Hera does that really well, for example. I think Hera did that on Acropolis in group stage. And again, it's a mindset thing. It is, in many ways, a comfort thing. Yo finding 2 more sheep. He's going to encounter TaToH Scout here. And TaToH initially had the better HP, but now Franks get more HP, and TaToH has to run away. But Yo will know that TaToH's going scouts. TaToH just now found Yo, by the way. He didn't have any vision on him. He stayed at home for a very long time in this game. But I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone that we're seeing scouts. The other potential weakness of the Khmer when you do this, and the reason you're able to go up so fast in the first place, is because you don't have to make the barracks. But the weakness then is you can't make spears, right? So again, that's just another reason why you need to be aggressive all the time. Yo, getting pretty badly housed here. I must have completed a house somewhere else. Oh no, he canceled a scout. That's what it was. That's why his villagers started working again, or producing. But do you remember when TaToH went for scouts in the Ghost Lake game and just how relaxed Yo was in defense? I have all the confidence in the world that he's going to be able to do the same thing here. However, TaToH's going to make way more scouts here, and when you get up to 4 or 5 scouts, you can start picking off individual spearmen. So that's the tough part about this, is right now you think I can just put spearmen in all my vulnerable areas, but you don't want to just have singular spearmen now. You need double spearmen, and that's precisely what Yo has done, of course, because he's really strong, and he knows exactly all the things that I'm saying here. It's not his first rodeo. Well, getting some nice pokes. Another one. Nope. Yo will have 3 of his own scouts. TaToH probably feeling a little frustrated now. He wanted to do more damage. You know, just easily walling up. Even just going as far as to wall up over here. This could be a dead Vil, but is he going to palisade wall it? Of course he is. Tracking it, tracking it. TaToH will attack the palisade. Yo is already building the palisade. Yo is looking so good today. TaToH's looked amazing as well, though. And I'm so excited to see more games. It's one of those I want to go to Game 5. I feel like we deserve it, guys. It's been a tough start to the year for some people out there, you know? Those people deserve to see a Game 5 in this series. Come on, let's go. Do it for the people, guys. But make sure you still play really well. So don't throw, okay? You just have to be really good and hope the other guy's really, really good and flip back and forth until Game 5 for us. Thank you. Yo's almost completely walled. I guess you could consider this complete. Villager can't build there. TaToH wants to escape, and he will escape. He won't escape. Oh my god, he can't escape. And the Spearman's coming in too. That scout can't get in, and Yo defends. Holy crap. I thought Yo was going to lose that Villager. Well, and now you favor the player who has all the eco bonuses we talked about. The farm upgrades being free. It's not over for TaToH, though. Yo saves another Villager just in the last couple moments here. It's just been so incredible. And TaToH's still making more scouts, too, by the way. So he's going to be spending some of his food for more scout pressure, more scout control, still trying to find villagers. He's getting forging now, wanting to have an edge over the scouts he's engaging against here. But he just simply doesn't have the HP. And then here, forging will help him break in, but Yo's going to have 5 scouts. And Yo's now transferring over to his gold as well. Yo skipped his wood upgrade. Ah, he did. Well, he's getting it now. It's one of those things that sometimes you forget about, too. So it's impressive from him that he actually noticed. And TaToH's going to see now that your villager's on gold. In normal circumstances, you would probably be going archers. You get the lead in the scout number, your opponent goes spearmen, and then you go archers. But we probably haven't seen that here from TaToH because of the approach I mentioned. Khmer, it's just farms, scouts, and oh man, TaToH's going to go full scouts against a fully walled opponent. And Yo's going to leave his base with 5 scouts. Yo's going to see all these scouts, and he's going to think, I killed so many. How do you have so much more of them? Also, that's really weird how TaToH scout was in front of the group. And also, he'll see that forging is in. If he looks in 10 seconds, he'll see that armor's in. If TaToH breaks through, this would be game over, right? I mean, it's not that simple, of course, but TaToH has so much potential to kill villagers right now. But it doesn't look like he's going to be in a great spot to be able to actually break through. Not a fight he necessarily wants to take here, but he could. Here comes TaToH, desperate with 6 vills, trying to do some type of damage. Actually love that tower, though. It's so much better than denying the gold, and I'll tell you why. A tower here denies the wood, but then it also means in this whole area, Yo can't immediately wall behind the palisades when you try and break through. And so that means Yo would have to wall like this behind this, and he might not be able to do it fast enough. Like, let's see how Yo damage controls here, because he wants to go Knights, but like this is extremely dangerous. And actually, this seems like the correct play in the moment, doesn't it? Yo also over here attacking that scout. But Yo realizing that threat is actually going to repair the house, and he's going to make a tower. And the tower will actually allow him to do some damage to some of TaToH's scouts here. The Spearmen shouldn't accomplish that much on their own, though. There's just so many scouts. Yo's on the way to Castle Age, though. Now you maybe regret not taking him off of gold. But again, if you try and take him off of gold, he's still not going to be taking damage to your scouts. But now, Yo can't make another tower. Okay, Yo's dropping a house. Yo might need to maybe make another house too, and accept he's going to lose his stable. That's not awful for TaToH. He's still making scouts. He has not stopped. Yo's like, I just want to make knights, man. Calm down. Seriously, though, stone walls behind this or you're dead. Stone walls or a house behind this or you're dead. Yo, do you see that? Yo, are you serious? Are you that crazy? Hello? He's going to let the scouts in. Okay. Oh, okay, stone walls back here. That makes more sense. I was going to say, you can't let those scouts go in there. This tower will get shot down, so he'll be back in his wood line, which is nice. The stone walls definitely seem like the proper play. Yo doesn't actually have the wood to make another stable, so he cannot make knights now. TaToH has 17 scouts. TaToH's also attacking this house. Yo now needs to make walls over here for that. And TaToH's trying to break in here, and Yo's now adding more walls for this. There is a hole between... Oh, there's not a hole there. Never mind. I'm dumb. I have made it to Castle Age, but I have no stable. Honestly, love this from TaToH. I think now... Well, TaToH, you have to wall up your tower. God, I hate it when people don't do this. You have to fully wall in this tower. Your opponent doesn't have gold, right? So your resources are looking pretty good. I think TaToH could just go Castle Age now and try and hold this position, honestly. But it would bother me so much if Yo could just so easily come back and take this gold. Yo can make knights, and knights could always pick off some villagers at TaToH's base. TaToH's gone for some walls here or there. Like the small walls on the gold. But you could tell he hasn't really looked at that for a while. Another stable. Scouts actually get in. And that's good from TaToH because he can use that scout against villagers like this to hit the ones that are walling or repairing. Just be annoying with it, right? Find weak villagers on farms too. It looks like there's a few of them. But yeah, what he's trying to do is he's trying to hit this villager. That is so important here. But Yo, I think, knows that. So Yo is bringing in an additional villager or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Oh, this makes me want to scream. If it was Palisade Wall, the gold would still be denied. And Yo's just going to take this gold. Okay. Can we talk about Yo's defense, though? It's so good. Oh my god, he's going forward? No, that's not a phone vibrating. Somebody clipped me recently when I did this, and they were like, T90 phone vibrating. That's not what that is. It is hesitancy in my voice because I'm unsure on if these villagers are going to survive. You should wall in the vills. All of them. Fast. Really fast. TaToH sees this. Wall, 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 wall. Good. That's good. Okay, tower. We'll go up. Yo's like, how do you like not having gold? Scouts gonna get in. Scouts gonna get in. Scouts gonna get in. They're in. Really bad for Yo. He's so distracted. And he's gonna take that gold, but he hasn't shown that he knows that this has actually happened. TaToH's about to hit Castle Age. TaToH's killed more villagers than Yo has. And now Yo notices, but that's a painful loss for him. Also painful loss for TaToH. He lost a villager there. TaToH's also lost access to gold. So who knows what he's going to make, but he can now get in with all of his scouts. And if Yo would have just walled these out, guys, he would have been completely fine. You know, like the fine meme that this is fine, the house is on fire type fine. But still, he would have been fine. He wouldn't have had to deal with all of this. And TaToH's now got Light Cav, and TaToH could win the game because of this. And that's the risk that you take when you're playing defense. Yes, you could play defense all day long if you're Yo because you're amazing, but there is going to be one moment here or there where you make a mistake in a series, and TaToH's going to make you pay. Great defense from TaToH. He'll be back on track at home. Yo is just on one town center, and he is completely surrounded by TaToH's units, and you absolutely dive for villager kills if you're TaToH. See what he did? Splits them up. Hard for Yo to keep track. And he's also in over here as well. Yo is crumbling. Yo is crumbling. And now we have a gate here from the Vills, I guess, trying to stop TaToH from bringing in more. But TaToH's finding villager picks everywhere. Oh, man. Beautiful job from TaToH. And, again, an incredible game. But now with 14 villager kills, TaToH's my favorite to win this game. Yo is really at the limit. I think the only good thing for Yo is that TaToH's not going to have gold to make a lot of army. But TaToH's actually just going to TC this. Just kind of funny. And Yo, he'll have to target this now. The only way Yo comes back in this game is with all-in pressure. Everything that he has to be committed towards army. And by the way, he's not currently mining gold either, because the gold miners that he had were mining gold in the front here. So Tower's going to get shot down by TaToH's TC. Very resourceful way of dealing with that situation. TaToH gets one more Vill pick, so it's 17 total Vills killed in this game, and here comes Yo with the Knights. And Yo could lose all of these villagers as well, right? If you run, you die. If you stay here, you die by town center. So it's just, honestly, the villagers should have a choice. Would you prefer to die by sword or town center? I'm sure they probably had some type of a deal like that back then, right? We've decided you shall be executed, but you get to choose your way of death. Actually, they might survive. They're escaping! Nope, not really. This is painful. TaToH still can't take gold. TaToH has 3 town centers, but TaToH still is not mining gold. He's going to try to mine gold and run down here. But you just know that Yo's going to try and pressure this. Yo dropping a 2nd town center. Yo dropped the 3rd town center. He doesn't actually know what happened to these vills, by the way. So TaToH's mining a lot of stone over there. The good thing that TaToH did do with some of his limited gold income was make monks. Because otherwise it would have been an issue. Yo wants to kill something, so he just kills the wolf. Probably a misclick. Here he comes. He sees the villagers. He needs these kills. He absolutely needs these kills. TaToH, he doesn't notice it. Oh, that hurts. Yo's got a chance here, guys. Yo definitely has a chance because TaToH doesn't have a way to disrupt Yo anymore. And similar to the reasons Yo has fallen behind, TaToH could fall behind too because he's not being aggressive. And oh, the TC even gets denied. When players have control, they're not going to let this position slip. That said, that villager didn't die. Yo will be annoyed with that one. But he's made some scouts. So he's looking for the monks. Just has to accept that TC will go up. Here he goes with the scouts. TaToH didn't expect the scouts. And that's 1 monk down. And it's going to be 1 monk down. Siege pushes well from Yo. Just look at this position, right? He sees the gold. Oh, man. TaToH, where's he going to place his castle? Scouts again. TaToH, he realizes the scouts would have killed the monk anyway, so he just took the fight. Scouts are going to need to get a lot of value because there's knights on the field now from TaToH. And the villagers run from TaToH. The monks are there. This is where the scouts will be needed. The mangonel will also go for the monks, possibly. They do, but it misses. TaToH will take out the mangonel, but now the scouts loop in, and a couple monks go down. TaToH was just seconds away from Sanctity. He's got it now, so that monk will end up surviving. Yo needs to kill that. Boop. Gets it. And Yo's still here. He's still alive. He's still in it. 20 villagers behind, though. But he's got some army momentum. And the main concern, again, for TaToH as he sells wood is he doesn't actually have a good flow of gold income. He has access to gold. He could take the gold, but if the pressure continues, this gets awkward. Oh, my God. Over here, looks like TaToH's noticed he's been spotted. And good job from Yo to finally find those villagers. But TaToH can make a castle, and that's what TaToH needed. That's what TaToH needed so he could take gold freely in this game. It's not the prettiest castle, but it gets the job done. What a great game, man. Again, I think we would just love ourselves so much more. Maybe not love ourselves so much more. We would love our day so much more if we could get 5 games out of these two. And honestly, with the way both of them are playing, you can't tell me that either of these guys couldn't win the whole thing. They're playing so good. I think Yo's going to regret letting the scouts in, and he would say that if things like that happen, he's never going to make the finals. But I could easily see him in this exact same scenario, getting those walls down and not allowing those scouts in to give TaToH a way back. TaToH even realized he was going to overmine the stone here and switch the stone tile. Oh, well. Oh, now they're in the house. Okay. And now he's running, and now he's going to go whoop into this house. Whoop into this house. Whoop. Okay, well, whoop, they're dead. And he was reacting over here. 67 villagers versus 76? How? How did Yo come back in this game? He's actually got more on food now, too, guys. He's getting light cav. And Yo and TaToH continue to give us a treat of a series. Every single game has been a banger and unique in some way. And TaToH was just so distracted by those attacks from Yo, he wasn't able to keep his farming eco on par with Yo, and Yo's got some nice control. And Yo is going to plop a castle here to protect his main gold. A real worry for him was this gold when he'd scouted it. And TaToH has no villagers over here anymore. And TaToH's main army comp is Knights. Same with Yo. We should mention that Franks get Paladin and Khmer do not. Dang. Holy crap. What a game. Light cav. Oh, another monk goes down. And TaToH needs to make his own light cav if he knows that Yo has monks. But Yo, I mean, maybe bring your monks forward. He's healing these knights right now, so he doesn't actually want to like bring the monks to the top of the hill. But he's going to have to. I guess the second TaToH goes in here and takes the fight, TaToH will run back when he hears the monks. Well, maybe not, actually. Maybe not, because that's a lot of knights from TaToH. Meanwhile, back here we had light cav engaging. We've got random monks healing random knights. We've got units attacking here as well, and the castle will go up. Holy moly. And the light cav find the monks? What? Does he have some type of, like, heat-seeking light cav monk killer bonus? It's called Game Sense, by the way. That's what that bonus is called. Is excellent Game Sense to know where units are all the time because you are active with your own. 32 on food for both now. And I give Yo the lead because of this castle. Like, this area is so important, and Yo can continue to just do dances around TaToH's base. He's running through TaToH's base now. He doesn't care about the castle. He just wants monks. Give me the monks. It's going to be tough for TaToH to really pressure Yo in any way. And as he's trying to force the issue, he loses some units here. I guess maybe the right-hand side's the key for him. Here's more light cav running around. I think maybe this area here is the key because there's a lot of gold there. TaToH's maybe thinking about it too because he knows the TC's probably over there. He doesn't know about this gold. Does Yo? Yo doesn't either. Man, this hill is so important right now. Yo's going to take what's left of that stone. TaToH has way more knights and way more upgrades. This is the difference between the two players. Yo prefers to go imp. TaToH goes all in. And in game one, which was just bonkers, we saw TaToH do a very similar thing where the unit that they were both making was the same. However, TaToH's unit didn't scale as well into the late game. And so he went forward castles with more upgrades and heavy aggression. However, in that game, it was camels. Camels don't kill villagers, and they don't take out TCs. Knights do. And Yo sees this, and Yo's got to be panicking now. That castle foundation. Don't lose the castle foundation. What's happening? 24 HP, 23 HP. The tower almost took it out. Villagers are getting sniped. Light cav need to go for the monks if they come in. TaToH got a conversion, though. And let's see what happens. Again, there's more army for TaToH. A lot of it's chasing Yo's units, though. Oh, man, Yo's micro. He got his units in the right positions. and some expensive losses and a waste of time for TaToH as well. He will still be happy in the end if he gets the castle up. But his army got pulled out of position in many different ways there by Yo. Yo's dropping a castle behind this. And again, it's just like the same old story, but it's 34 knights for TaToH. It's 4 for Yo. And he can't really afford chivalry right now, which would be great, though, because it increases the production speed of those stables. And I love TaToH's recognition. It was like, TaToH can't do damage. TaToH can't do damage. Yes, he can. And you absolutely need fletching if you're Yo. This could get bad enough where you even need to consider Bodcanero. This is bad. Any monk that you do have, he just lost one, needs to get conversions. This could be imp into GG if TaToH continues this. I don't think you need Rams here at all. I think you can just go full on Knights, and you just hope to always have more than Yo. That's the plan. Yo found this gold. He's going to head over there. He's got Cavalier on the way. He's got 12 of them. TaToH, 36 Knights. So going all-in castle, similar to what he had done with all-in feudal here. Yo is to pick his spots, and he has to somehow... I don't get how he does this. He has to somehow keep some of this eco alive. This is something TaToH needs to be brutalizing, though. This should 100% not be happening. And TaToH's so focused and in the moment, he does not realize. Oh, man, like, even this for TaToH. Look, he's trying to kill these villagers, and Yo's going to protect them because he knows he's exposed. But, like, this. TaToH needs to find this, and he will. TaToH will find it. Yo will run. But this area over here, I mean, there's 30 villagers, guys. It'd be insane. I still think TaToH can win this game, though. He still has crazy numbers. And there's... I mean, the economy that Yo does have isn't really working. That TC was clutch, though. And he's going to drop another TC on that gold. And he's just reacting, right? Now, he does have a Treb here that he's walled in, so he will eventually take out the castle there from TaToH. Unless he mines through that gold, that would be kind of funny. Here, these villagers, they will go down. TaToH killing more and more vills. TaToH has pikes on the field, too. The TaToH will be very happy with how this game has flowed so far. Again, I think the key for him is you have to kill these vills. If you kill these vills, it's over. Will he notice that? He's looking at this area of the map. Because he's repairing that castle, right? And he notices it. I think Yo is done. I know Yo will have Cavalier, but I don't know how many more he can realistically make. Yo tried to go imp with lower army numbers, and TaToH just surprised him. I love the approach from TaToH. Make it messy. Keep it open. And the defensive castle is actually something I love for TaToH because he knows the only way he loses is if Yo goes for significant damage on his eco right now. And Yo kind of has to. Yo can't go play defense anymore. He's already dead. He has to go try and kill as much as TaToH and hope for the best. Oh, man. This is bad for Yo's economy. Here he is with Frank Cavalier, though. Full armor. 144 HP on these bad boys. TaToH into the castle. This is where some pikes will be helpful. Taking out the market. Making a tower here on this area. Nice. I like it. Yo spreading his Cavalier up. He will find villager kills here, but with all the castles and town centers, it won't be easy. TaToH's tower goes up. The knights break through. They'll go back to this TC. TaToH's got 45 knights. And the Cavalier guys are all going down. There's only 9 of them now in this area. There's 17 in total for Yo. Yo's going to find this, but look, TaToH has army crawling everywhere. And if he really needs to, he can hop in the houses right now, right? Sure, he loses his castle, but Yo's economy is a wasteland. These villagers go down as well. And we know exactly what Yo was trying to do, but it was a TaToH masterclass. Maybe felt like if this game goes into imp in a standard fashion, the Franks just dominate me. They have more HP on their cav. Their castles are cheap. We have to pressure before they can get those castles up on those golds. I love this stuff. Like, one of my favorite types of games is all-in feudal versus early castle, or all-in castle versus early imp. And we saw both things in the same game, right? All-in feudal against Castle Age, and then all-in Castle Age against imp. To have both in the same game is a treat. TaToH knows. Yo might not want to accept it, but TaToH knows he's won this game. 170 population. Yo's at 60. The only reason he's not calling it, well, this is his home map. He really doesn't want to lose this one. It puts him under some massive pressure in this series. And also, of course, the focus, because he doesn't maybe see what we see and realize how bad it is, but it's bad. He's got 2 castles, 18 on food, 8 on gold. Still random towers going up from TaToH. TaToH's food eco is not pretty, but this is where it's helpful to be Khmer. When you start placing farms, it doesn't have to be cute. Maybe Yo's got 1 pushing him. Maybe I'm wrong. Because he actually only has 6... He's only 6 farms below what TaToH has on food. So maybe he can go for 1 final little attack. In theory, though, TaToH should be adding farms behind this. Getting up to like 60 farms and then going imp. Herbal medicine! He's going to heal up his knights? Okay. I mean, there's almost nowhere for him to pressure right now. Well, there's the Treb. I mean, this tells you how bad the situation is right now for Yo. You can't even Treb down a barracks. It's not even an important building for TaToH. Yikes. Not the first time that TaToH's gone all-in Castle Age in this series, and then midway through that push, gets his gold mining and stone mining upgrades. You definitely consider that to be a little late, based on what you should aim for. Here comes Yo's counterattack. Oh my god, it's 4 Cavalier. Holy crap, 4 Cavalier? Oh my goodness. Oh wait, yeah, I thought there was a 0 on the end of that. Nope. Healing up for 1 attack. 1 moment, 1 opportunity. Mom spaghetti on the sweater already. He's been super dead already. Yeah, I made it worse, but... And so TaToH has I'm trying to think of what his home map is right now, and it's not clicking for me. Herbal medicine for Yo as well. So he can heal inside of the castles. What is TaToH's other home map? He won with Arena. And I do not remember. Oh, Shoals. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah. Italians versus Mongols is probably what that'll be. Italians have had the better win rate there, at least throughout Platinum League. So, I mean, you could say 50-50 at the very least there. Obviously, you're going to have to see exactly how the players play it, but TaToH will be in a position to win this series 3-1. A very nice position. Or Yo responds in an epic Game 4, and then we go to Game 5 on Yo's home map. With Yo's #1 civilization, Lithuanians. Just still 12 Cavalier from Yo. I mean, he's trying. But he has been completely out of this for some time here. And TaToH just looping back into random areas of economy that he hasn't visited in a while. He's like, hey, you guys, you didn't pay your taxes. What's up? Last time I stopped by, I killed all your families because you didn't pay the taxes. So maybe think of paying me this time. Again, a raid with 4 Cavaliers, just not going to be it. TaToH, he's going to have Halb as well, an Imp. He could make Trebs as well, Rams, whatever. But TaToH has absolutely won this game. Yo's still trying his hardest. It feels like it too. Sometimes when someone's at 65 pop, you can't feel that they're actually trying their hardest because there's just not a lot for them to do. But Yo's going to realize now, once the Imp upgrades are in, it's only going to be worse for him. Yeah, Yo's been in as many different spots as he could be, both defensively here and then offensively in the 2 spots he's at. But he's just going to lose every fight. He's losing on offense. He's going to lose on defense. And Yo taps out, maybe in disbelief. TaToH just simply surprised him with the timing there. And I think it's a disappointing one for Yo, because Yo had clawed this game. Well, this is disappointing for multiple reasons. I think, well, what's happening? What's happening? Okay, there we go. Capture Age, sorry, that's not me. Capture Age is biased towards Yo. I've tried to tell them that they need to stop having a biased program, and they just won't fix it. Here's the deal. Like, TaToH's initial aggression was very out of the box and unique, but it kind of felt like Yo was going to defend from it. And he was doing fine, and then the scouts got in right before the light cab upgrade, and TaToH killed 16 or 17 villagers because of that. Just because that one area wasn't walled. But that's the thing about the pressure, right? You've got towers on the guy. You're attacking multiple areas of the walls. And while they've defended the first 10 times, it doesn't mean they are on attempt number 11. You're constantly pressuring your opponents, and occasionally they'll break. But not even that. I thought the game was over then. Then Yo came back, and then Yo had killed so many monks with light cav. Like maybe 10 monks with light cav. He had the castle on the hill, and it was looking good. But one player spent their food and gold on knights. The other players spent their food and gold on imp. And imp just wasn't the answer here. I think imp is the answer in a scenario where the maps are more protected. But for Yo, his golds were very exposed. I actually think if TaToH had a gold here, or this neutral gold was even here, that Yo makes more army. But he was thinking, I can't damage TaToH's golds. So he was maybe thinking TaToH would go imp. And that was probably part of it. But it's an in-the-moment decision. And clearly there's a difference between the two. TaToH prefers to go all in. Yo prefers to just go to the next stage. It worked once for Yo in game 1. Didn't work for him here in game 3. And TaToH now 1 win away from moving on to the semifinals in Titans League Season 2. I'm pumped for TaToH right now, but I really want to see what Yo can do on Shoals next. Or wait, no. I think what I had said earlier in the game would be incorrect. I mean, Yo could go Shoals if he wants to, but it's likely he actually ends up going for Cross. Because that is his home map, and that's his number one. He is his number 1 civilization pick for that as well. All right, so I need to go through an explanation here. And, okay, well, now we have a pause, so this is perfect. This is game number 4, and if you've been following Titans League, you'll know that Yo has gone fast castle on this map with Lithuanians twice, okay? The TaToH says, sorry, music stopped. Ooh, listening to music during a tournament. What do we think he's listening to? If I had to guess, I think TaToH's a big Shania Twain fan. Definitely Shania Twain, right? Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so Yo, he's on the brink of elimination here. He has to win this game, and there's no better time for him to get a win because Cross was his home map, and the Lithuanians was his very first civ pick. And the Lithuanian build that is good regardless of what your end game is due to the fact you start with food, you send additional villagers to wood. That means you get the dock up super early, and then you get all the fish, and then you can do everything from there. However, most people just have a fast feudal, they go scouts or archers, they compete for all the pawns. Yo, twice, went for fast castle with Lithuanians, and he did it when he was in a situation where his pawn was like very much snug behind him in the corner. So I think here, he doesn't know where TaToH is yet, right? So we only know it's snug because we know where TaToH is. If TaToH were to be to the left, Yo's pawn would be a little bit more accessible. But I'm just excited to see how bold Yo is with this, because if there's ever going to be a player who knows that Yo is going to do this crap, it's going to be me, the guy who casts every single game, and TaToH, the guy right behind it, who probably has watched the recorded games, who's seen that Yo has played Lithuanians in a certain way. And clearly word is getting around about the strategy too, because Yo's friend Lix, who's going to be in Platinum League next season, used the same exact thing in his deciding series to qualify for Platinum Season 3. So someone said before the series, because we were talking about this, they're like, I don't think Yo's going to be that greedy against TaToH. And I was like, I'm not so sure. It's worked twice against top players in Platinum, and he's yet to lose with it. So how many times do you see someone not going with the strategy that's working somewhat consistently? So, all right. Dock in the south here for TaToH. Again, the dock is late. Now, Japanese were also the later pick for TaToH. He didn't really prioritize it in his draft. But I like TaToH's draft because Japanese are right behind the Lithuanians, and he didn't even need to sacrifice an early selection for it. So Japanese become strong if there is... if their fishing ships end up getting attacked. And that's the big thing, but the other big talking point with them is their man-at-arm play. And their flexibility due to the cheap lumber camps, mills, mining camps to be able to afford a lot early. All right, so we're going to know if Yo's going fast castle or not based on how many fishing ships he adds. If he goes up to 5, I'm 50-50 on if he's going to go fast castle. If he goes to 6, he's definitely going all the way to 8. And he will go fast castle. He did research Loom already, which could indicate that he's not going fast castle. Here he is. And you've got the pigs now heading over to the TC. So TaToH, I guess, had stolen those. I'm not entirely sure. Yo did push in all of his deer, which could also indicate fast castle. Yeah, he's going FC. He's going FC. If TaToH knows this, you have to find that pond fast, and you have to be sending vills now. This is what makes the strat so strong, is by now players haven't scouted you in most cases. Yo's a maniac. Okay, he also sensed the TC might have been there. And there goes a vill. So we have yet to see... Oh, no, he's making the barracks. Okay. So TaToH has found Yo's base. Yo's going to go to golds. Wait. It's not... He could do it. I don't know if he can... I don't know if this is going to be quite as fast castle-y as he did in the past. Never mind. The thing that's tricky is he could have been up so much faster if he was going to go for a feudal age rush. So it's very much just like a very relaxed, greedy play. So he floats a lot of resources. TaToH is assuming that the dock is in the north, by the way. And there he goes with the villagers. Super early, right? Could have been earlier, but TaToH didn't have any indicators to tell him where Yo would have docked. He doesn't confirm that Yo is docked there, but sometimes confirming your opponent is docked there makes them paranoid. If they see your scout is around here, they're like, oh, he knows now. So assuming here isn't the worst. And TaToH wants to end this fast. TaToH definitely knows Yo's history. And I honestly, I have to question Yo's decision. Like, if you're going to go up to feudal age later, it better be fast castle and it better work. But if you're going to go up to feudal age later and you don't even have the resources to go castle, why didn't you just go fast feudal to contest in the first place? That's kind of the way I see it. TaToH's aggression is amazing here. It still feels like Yo is maybe considering that fast castle play too, because he's maybe going to make a stable here. But TaToH is already docking his pond. We have archer range defense, not what Yo would have wanted to do originally. And TaToH's just all over Yo at the moment. He does lose his scout. Love the aggression here from TaToH. Japanese man-at-arms attack so fast. And, well, what's he going to do now? He's going to drop a tower behind the house. Does Yo see this? He does not. I think TaToH's found an answer to this, guys. If he could kill these fishing ships, Yo's in deep trouble. Yo is making a counter tower. Okay. And TaToH deleted his tower, so Yo just doesn't finish his. Yo's got a couple archers. Normally, you would check with a fishing ship. You'd be like, ooh, is he over here? And you'd look. And then at least if you look, you can make your own ships. Okay, archers are here. He's going to wall this up. He's going to see the tower. Now, he has to deal with this. This is what I love about Japanese. They're in your face so quickly. And then if you ever try and kill their fishing ships are armored. So it's like, you can't really be far behind with Japanese early. Unless you let the Lithuanians fish. Yo is in big trouble. It doesn't seem like it right now. The population is ahead for Yo, but it's all going to change. And he's also not able to mine gold. And even temporarily not being able to mine gold means that he can't defend considerably on his water. And look at this from TaToH. I wonder if he'll outpost this side, guys. TaToH knows that Yo would likely go here next, and he's looking around. And he's going to dock that ahead of time. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Yo with the traps, and oh, the man-at-arms saved the vills. That's so important. Yo tried to trap all those villagers in there. That would have been huge. Look at Yo's wood count. Look at the amount he has on food. Look at his fishing ships start to go down. You see what I mean? He cannot make the next fire galley. TaToH can turn right around and kill that fire galley here. And there is Yo already trying to get a new dock, trying to adapt as you often do on this map. But he could still get the dock up here. He still has good chance in this game. He's got archers. TaToH doesn't have archers yet. Yo's archers. No fletching. Has to be careful he doesn't get hit. And it's actually 2-2 with the KD. It's now 2-3 with the KD. Yo is losing his fishing ship, sadly. But he's still got archers. And I'm surprised TaToH was so late with his archery range. He should have had a decent amount of wood, but I guess he went for the dock first. Well, you know, the other interesting thing is Yo knows about TaToH's dock. TaToH doesn't know about Yo's dock. He didn't notice the villager walked by. And so, okay, Yo could lose his fishing ships here. It's expected he loses all those fishing ships. But he's also sending a villager to the left side. Has his scout still, and TaToH does not. And as frustrated as Yo might have been originally with his ruined game plan, he's actually still in a nice position here. Dang. Great job from TaToH. This is what you wanted to see, right? I didn't want to see another player just get blindly countered, like not have any understanding on what Yo is going to do. And now TaToH's just prepping for some archers to come to his base. I love the outpost play. It's impossible to full wall this, so just do that. If I were to be a little bit critical with TaToH, I think fishing in this pond with more than 4 fishing ships is a must, based on the games that I've seen. I'm surprised that throughout... I mean, I'm not really surprised because he's being really aggressive, but it feels like right now, right? Squeaking in a couple extra fishing ships here could be so helpful. Just Japanese things. Are you kidding? TaToH's repairing his fishing ship. He's repairing a fishing ship. A villager with a hammer is repairing this little frail ship somehow. Okay, now a scout shows up, and the villager's angry. He's like, how dare you? You killed my friend earlier. He was the best scout in the town. And uh-oh, now villager needs to repair some more. Here, we've got a random tower. I guess the villagers were just living a little life there. I don't know what those guys were doing. And Yo now takes out the fire ship. He will take out the fishing ship, so Yo's got control there. And here, 4 villagers versus 3. 2 are attacking the tower. 3 are repairing. I mean, the numbers are all going to change here because TaToH's trying to keep his units alive. Very interesting. I didn't even know TaToH was here, to be completely honest with you. I kind of missed that one. Here comes some ranged army. I mean, TaToH does have fletching. TaToH will probably be able to save these villagers. That archer has something to say about these villagers being over here. But TaToH's already prepared, and so those villagers will get to continue to chop their lumberjack. They will continue to live their lumberjack dream. The guy's like, TaToH's just now moved to berries. Yo's almost taken all of his berries. Yo's still taking pigs? How'd that even happen? He probably found them recently. Yo lost all of his fishing ships. You would think that Yo wouldn't have the food. But somehow Yo does have the food to click up to Castle H anyways. And he will need to keep this ranged army out, which he will do. He actually might even be able to retake this pond. And Yo is on the way to Castle H, and he's YOLOing on to stone. So he wants a castle drop for Latus, his favorite unit. I don't actually know if it's his favorite unit, but I feel like every time I see others play Lithuanians, they're going skirms and knights. Yo will make a couple knights, but he always loves that Latus. And it feels like in a messy game, a castle drop could be good defensively, right? My concern for him is he didn't make a lot of defensive army. So now that there's archers out, he's going to have to do that. And TaToH's got a fair amount of units too. But that's the theme between the two. TaToH goes aggressive. Yo's more defensive and strategic. And that's why this series has been so fun. And TaToH's going to drop a tower here on Yo's wood line. It's not going to make life easy for him. He's going to have to give up this area. And there's a hole! There's a hole! Good job from Yo. He will tower the stone, but I don't know what resources he's going to have when he clicks up to Castle H, guys. Loses more villagers here. TaToH. Oh, man, that was a bit disappointing for him. Random archer over here kills a villager. Scout is looking around for Yo to scout the rest of the map. Tower goes up. Yo doesn't have wood for a lumber camp. Yo will kill an archer there. Left side. Did Yo spot TaToH? He didn't. And TaToH also didn't spot Yo. I'm glad TaToH finally added more fishing ships in this pond. It feels like that's been the one safe spot for him. And all right, Yo is now placing a new lumber camp. First thing he does in Castle Age, new lumber camp. 2 on food. TaToH 17 on food. Yo just loves to go to the next stage, man. He will give up control to go to the next stage consistently. TaToH takes control and then goes to the next stage. But, you know, one night's not going to hurt. One night will be helpful at clearing some of this up. Maybe. I mean it when I say maybe. They have no upgrades. So we'll see. Oh, the other night. Oh, killed a villager. So knew there was a tower. Don't lose the night, Yo. Don't lose the night. Don't lose the night. He doesn't lose it. Calculated. Here, Yo. Now pressuring the tower. Maybe a little preemptive. TaToH could kill some villagers here. And, Yo, adding the monastery so we can heal up the weak knight and grab relics with Lithuanians. TaToH's adding more spearmen, adding more archers. TaToH's thinking, man, I've done so much damage. How did he click up to Castle Age? And honestly, I don't have a lot of answers for you here, TaToH, except for the berry difference. That's like, what is that, 4 full berry bushes? So that's like 600 food right there. No dropping the TC. Yo, with 2 fishing ships, and they could easily go down on this side. TaToH is really not going to allow Yo to get back there. And here comes the knight. Again, no upgrades. And there goes a monk for a relic. And Yo's just counterattacking. TaToH not really in a position where he can do a ton of damage if that town center goes up there. And so he's got to react to all of this, which is going to be really frustrating. But man, what a difference in the Castle Age times. Considering the eco KD, it just almost doesn't make sense with this guy. Knight there is going to kill a Vill. Knight here takes an engagement against some archers. If he can save the weak knights and get them healed up, this would be epic. TaToH, you've got to kill that one. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Oh, look at the weak ones run home. And look, this guy's still weak from earlier. That guy's going to be healed up in a second. Oh, man. TaToH clicks up to Castle Age, still ahead in economy. And should, assuming he makes ships, be able to beat Yo over here. But Yo's not giving up on that pond. And now Yo's going to drop a castle that is right next to his town center, so really not the prettiest, but it will shoot down that tower, which is, I guess, what he wants to do right now more than anything. Yo also could add fishing ships out of this pond if he wants. He also could snag this relic. But he still needs food eco to be able to make knights. So the normal approach from Yo, the fast castles that he did against Dark, and then I forget who else he did it against. He would make 3 to 4 knights. Get relics, but then he really wouldn't make that much more. He would just be on 3 town centers, and he'd be adding a lot of economy. He also would usually give up water, too. So this didn't go according to that original plan that we had seen back in the day. Back in the day. It was like last week or the week before. But we will probably see the 3rd town center drop for him. This is an amazing save from TaToH, but I think sadly for him, he's repaired the dock by mistake instead of the palisade, so he will lose that villager. And for whatever reason, all this flame can't do any damage over top of a wall. And man, perfect spot for TaToH to have a demo. But right now, he was housed. He couldn't have the demo out. So villager's still alive there for TaToH, though. Good stubborn job. TaToH at home should have enough of an army to defend from 3 knights that don't have any defense upgrades. Yo, though, 58 eco. TaToH 59. So very different Castle Age times, but the eco is still pretty close. And TaToH no War Galley, and we're also not seeing War Galley for Yo either. But Yo will lose those knights. I don't think that's exactly worth it. And oh boy, he was making this TC as well. TaToH in a position to maybe deny it. And crossbow gets converted. Monk's going to run away. You'd expect the monk to actually die. It does. So Yo's going to go siege defense against all the infantry and crossbowmen. Second town center for TaToH. I mean, once War Galley comes in, he will win this pond. There's no doubt in my mind. And he's been fishing nicely over here as well. Couple idle fishing ships, but it's understandable under the circumstances. He'll see the Scorpion. And he'll go in to attack this Scorpion. Yo's probably distracted. This would be a great time for TaToH to pop out on the other side. Because if Yo's looking here, he's not looking here. Players will factor that in. He tried to do a bunch of different crazy things at the same time. But actually, Yo was very much paying attention, and TaToH maybe wasn't. So that Scorpion and the TC Fire did an amazing job. TaToH didn't really even need the demo here. He had so many Fire Galleys, and he now could move out. Yo was probably shocked to see how much was here. So he'll have to give up on this pond now. So Yo will have, let's say, half a pond of control. But guys, the series has been incredible. Yo is going to clear up this army. Yo is 67 villagers, and TaToH is 52. So it's the fishing ships that are going to give TaToH, keep TaToH in this. The thing about Cross versus Four Lakes that I've tried to tweak into the map with all my tournaments is, I want the fish to matter, but I don't want the fish to be everything. And Yo seems to switch faster into the farms than anyone. He will fish, but it's always about 3 town centers and farms. And now he's got the eco to make a couple Latis. He's also got 2 relics. Did need to react here. Looks like he just lost a monk there too, trying to get that one. But Yo got 2 relics, and this relic is a freebie, assuming he, notices the units are there. That actually would be really good from TaToH if TaToH ends up killing that monk. No way, TaToH. Look, he's also going to get this one too. Will Yo notice that? TaToH, what a play! Wait, Yo notices? He loses the monk. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. It's so annoying, right? Have to make another monk for that. It's pretty costly. Anyways, monk here from TaToH gets a conversion. Yo not happy about that. Knight's got to go kill the monk. TaToH says, nope, I'm going to make a palisade. And he didn't get the palisade. The monk was too fat. This gets cleared. Yo should have 3 relics. He unfortunately could not get relic number 4. But I think getting 3, you're still happy. The key now is some armor upgrades. And then potentially, or eventually, you want to get into skirmishers. But Yo likes to wait until the next stage for that. Now, let's see if TaToH notices these scorpions. Oh, he does. Guys, Latis is a Castle Age unit that belongs to Lithuanians. A civ that has so many other bonuses. They have 13 base attack, and they attack faster than a knight. It's crazy. It's an insane unit. The weakness of it compared to a knight is that it has 1 less pierce armor. So they are weaker against crossbowmen. But that doesn't really make you feel all that bad when you do also have access to elite skirmishers that are incredibly tanky and speedy. So TaToH's maybe going to rush Imperial Age here. And Yo's going to make a couple Latis and try and outmaneuver TaToH. But as Yo tries to come back on water to attack the fish here, whoa, really forcing the issue there. Yo loses all of his scorpions there. And here TaToH's going to see the Latis. But TaToH's clicked up, and TaToH's got 19 crossbowmen. And it's clear to me that the way TaToH wants this game to progress is he wants to end it fast. I think the Japanese definitely have to. And I think he wants a castle here. This is his castle spot. He can get a castle there, and he can treb down Yo. It would be incredible. Killed one of the Latis. And the other one will be converted if Yo stays in here. So TaToH could move forward now. This would be that moment. Latis dies. No better invitation for TaToH to go forward than right now. Again, a little surprised to see Yo putting so much priority onto this, but he should recognize that his farming eco is superior and that TaToH's got 3 pawns, so he wants to put a stop to that. And here come the vills for TaToH. It's got to be on this hill, surely. And I really don't think that Yo has the numbers right now. The 24 crossbowmen with a couple monks is good enough for TaToH. Now, he doesn't have ballistics, so he could miss some shots. Yo is getting +2 armor now, so the timing could be real. But if TaToH can drop that castle right now, there he goes. Just drop it. He could protect the gold there as well. He could make trebs to take down the castle from Yo, which means Yo can't make more Latis. And Yo has been trying to get across to TaToH's base and raid with this unit because it's so, so good. But he hasn't really been able to break through. TaToH, even stonewall this. Yeah, just keep it out. TaToH's playing amazing here. He knew Yo's reputation. He clearly watched the Rex. And the weakness from everybody else is that they didn't pressure the pond in time. And Yo seemed to think that he could get to his faster castle. He obviously got there. Ballistics is now in for TaToH. Treb is going to be on the way for TaToH. Arbalest should be on the way for TaToH as well. And Yo is 2.5 minutes from clicking up. And as crazy as the latest is, ignoring armor and everything, it's probably just not the unit that you need right now if you're Yo. He will drop the ranges now for skirmishers. But just think about everything that's out here that TaToH could potentially treb down. This will be crazy, though. This will be ridiculous. Like, if you pressure the left side of your TaToH, your treb will get picked off. If you only pressure the middle, it might not be enough. I mean, it's going to be a slow crawling push for TaToH. I think Yo will have time to get the skirm numbers. The TC on the right's being pressured. Latest have just been forgotten about. This is something that Yo didn't do in that first game, which I was so impressed. He was under pressure, and then he was able to keep his units alive. Was definitely thinking about sniping the trebs. Monastery with 3 relics in it could go down. But I think you just need to prioritize the numbers of latest you have and then prioritize skirms. Yo's getting bodkin now. He's going to need armor upgrades. He's going to need the unique tech. Look at Yo, guys, on the left side. He's got vision, and there's opportunities for raids. If all of his latest were here right now, it could start to pick TaToH apart, and TaToH might not be able to focus as well in the front. And then before he knows it, he could have skirmishers on those Arbalest. This is the Yo specialty. Counter raid while you're being attacked. And TaToH will know that. TaToH will be happy he took out one castle. He's going to now shift his focus to the left. Yo's still trying to repair the monastery. He wants that attack. And he wants the relics, too, for gold income. And TaToH's actually not going to go after this castle. He's actually going to go this way. Is he going to treb down the monastery first? TaToH knows about this now. He does see it. But I'm not sure you have a strong answer to it. Yo going for the imp armor. TaToH will need quite a few arbs back here. Yo knows he's been spotted, though, because of the outpost. And he just backs up. It's so interesting. He just sits there. That's crazy. He does have the skirms, right? So I'm sure he would love TaToH to move this way. But no, TaToH just took out the monastery. And now he is going to approach this castle on the left side. Yo, with lots of vision, could maybe see the villagers heading towards the middle. But he still can't be near villagers that are near castles. Yo still doesn't have any way to deal with the castles. He goes for tower shields. He goes for chemistry and armor. The skirms are going to be strong now. And now the latest are running into the back. This is Yo's opportunity, but I'm still not sure if he could stop the ball of arbs right now because of the castles. Now, this might be one of the rare situations where TaToH kills all of Yo's eco, but he loses all of his economy at the same time because Yo is going to raid with skirms. But what else do you do with them? You can't address this right now. You have to do something. And TaToH's going to be defending from the latest with Arbalest. And maybe a couple pikemen. So yeah, you raid with skirms. Actually, the best decision for Yo right now. He's finding some kills in the middle. TaToH's finding it very difficult against all this mobility. And when he needs his push to continue like this. And so TaToH may be realizing he needs to come home now with this Arbalest, which is never a great sign. But again, there's no real way for Yo to push right now. So I guess he has to do it. Now, this is where Yo is just so epic. Because TaToH's just done so many right things here. Yo is now making bomber cannons. So this raid is going to force TaToH home a little bit, at least in some ways. And as TaToH tries to advance forward with the trebs, the bomber cannons are going to start to pick him off. This is also a real weakness for Japanese guys. Their cavalry is not good. Their skirmishers have no unique bonuses. They don't get bomber cannon. They don't get siege ram. This is the peak of Japanese right here before maybe the samurai. These skirmishers are killing villagers. These skirmishers, well, they're heavily outnumbered. But Yo would probably take the fight if he was paying attention to it. Here Yo, going after one of these trebs. He's killed quite a few arbs. Here, TaToH will kill some villagers. Here, Yo's killed some villagers. TaToH, has he noticed? He did notice! He trebbed down the bombard cannon. That's a sneaky thing you can do there if you're TaToH. And he goes right back to taking out Yo's town centers. Now, if TaToH can get his food eco right, we could actually see Elite Samurai, and Elite Samurai would be an amazing move against the skirms. Right now, though, he's just making the Samurai, and he's thinking about it. He's getting upgrades. 70 Arbalest, and you can't push into 30 skirmishers. What an awful feeling, though. The only way you can do it is if you have a castle next to you. I like how TaToH isn't being too reactive. He might be thinking now that he could actually use the Samurai to clear up raids. Castellade Samurai are just not good. You need to have imp upgrades. You need to have elite. It's the unfortunate reality with the unit. It's just got far too little pierce armor. Look at this from TaToH, though. He's found that Yo has had some villagers on the left. He must be so paranoid because of all the blue outposts around. And he comes in with Samurai to clear up the buildings. Yo is making a castle there as well, though. Can TaToH do this? Can TaToH win this game? Can he move on to the semifinal? Again, neither player made it to a semifinal in Season 1, if I'm not mistaken. Watch how fast the Samurai die. I mean, that's a lot of skirms, but again, without imp upgrades, it's just a horrible unit. Some unit, Castle Age version is really good. Not the Samurai. And we have Elite Latest for Yo. Oh, God. What can't the Lithuanians do? They're so good, and they have so many options, but TaToH snipes another bombard cannon. Yo's going to need to get that final relic there, by the way, but what a game we have here, guys. TaToH has had more army than Yo, and has just not felt free to push. 44 Arbalest now. 77 total army. He's got 20 Samurai. I imagine the latest would completely shred the Samurai, but Samurai do have a bonus versus other unique units, which is kind of unique. Again, they're still not elite. TaToH can't really afford that. But TaToH will take out that Treb. And TaToH... Oh, he needs to take this Treb. TaToH, take the Treb. TaToH, take the Treb. TaToH, the Treb. Tatito. He'll take the Treb. And he keeps his castle up. I'm wondering where players are getting gold right now. Gold's here for Yo. Yo's going to drop a really gutsy castle on this side. But I guess he knows TaToH's Trebs are out of position. There's gold here. TaToH's pushing this castle, though. Yo will likely lose this castle. Yo's now going for raids, though. And, of course, he sees all of it. Yo also has some vision on the right side, too. This is awkward for TaToH to be mainly in the middle. The fact he hasn't lost more to these raids has impressed me. Great reaction time. Where'd the Trebs go for TaToH? They're looping back here. And TaToH now will see this castle, so he's probably going to have to Treb that down next. And I'm a little dizzy showing this to you guys, so I can only imagine how you are right now. But it's mainly skirms right now for Yo, and he could always make more of them. And they seem to be the unit to stop. I don't know if Japanese have an answer to skirmishers. Why not Paladin for Yo? Well, because he got Elite Latest. And he's got... The thing about Latest, that in the way that he's using them, they're basically raiding units, and he just gets as much value as possible from the side fights. It's not main fights. The skirms are and the bombard cannons and his Trebs will be his main fight unit. So he will use them to pick some villagers off here or there or pick off some siege, but he's not going to use them in any other capacity. Guys, there's a reason that Lithuanians are picked first on Cross almost every time. From their unit composition to their bonuses to their start, there's so many different things you can do. And there is a reason that Yo picks this map, because he is insane on it. TaToH hasn't had a bad game. It's just they're both going to be max population, and then those max populations are going to ride into battle against each other. And TaToH denying that gold there from Yo. TaToH now denying this gold here from Yo. And TaToH's now trying to drop a castle on the left. He'll lose a lot of villagers building this. And oh man, I think it'll go up, but these are latest with 16 plus 4 attack. Oh no, it's a down castle. It's a 98%. I think TaToH's running out of options here, guys. He's getting pushed back. He lost this castle. He's going to lose this castle as well. And latest and skirm is just insane. It's now TaToH gets Elite Samurai, but that's Elite Samurai out of castles that are going down. He'll still get it, I'm sure. Elite Samurai. I mean, Elite Samurai hype. Let's go. Hype. I think it may be hype into sadness, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Ridiculous series. This quarterfinal has just been incredible. This is the most entertaining set as a whole we have seen in the entirety of Titans League. I hope the other quarterfinals continue like this. This has been unbelievable. But it's like anything you do is the Japanese. Anything you go for, Lithuanians have an answer, and Yo knows it. And Yo will go for it. And TaToH's going to be reacting. He's going to be making some mistakes because of it. This is a big loss for him. The 3 trebs, TaToH! Oh, God. Yo's going to just keep banging down these castles. This is what TaToH is reacting to. Yo's even got some stables on the left side. Look at Yo's vision. Look at what he sees. He scouted pretty much everything in this game, as has TaToH, to be completely honest. And the longer this goes, the more I feel like we're going to a Game 5. Guys, I love the Samurai, but in present-day Age of Empires, it's... Elite Samurai is just... It just doesn't... Just look at all the recent expansions, look at their unique units, and then look at the Samurai. And try not to cry a little bit. I would love to see Samurai get one more Pierce Armor. Personally, I think it'd be... It's not like the unit would be broken if they had one more Pierce Armor. Japanese do fall off an Imp already. Buffing the Samurai a little bit more would excite me. But, you know, the Skirm Latest combination, there's not many civs that can really... It's not many civilizations that can really do anything about it. Also, the Latest, on top of their attack, they ignore armor. 16 plus 5 attack, with the relics, of course, and ignores armor. It's just really hard to stop. If Obok get 2 base Pierce Armor, Samurai should too. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. But it's not balanced discussion time. It's how can TaToH survive time. He's consistently had more army, and Yo's just picked him apart because Yo can take the better fights, and TaToH just has to be so scared of taking engagements. And the worst part about it, too, is the Skirms also have all this crazy armor, and the Skirms, they're faster, too. So, like, that's the troublesome thing about ever moving out with ARBs. I think TaToH's done an incredible job here, considering the circumstances. The TaToH needs his castles for the Samurai. And here he goes. Big engagement. And TaToH goes in for the Trebs. He'll go in for the Bombard Cannons. The Samurai will melt. And TaToH will not be able to even take out a Bombard Cannon. And his Arbalests get wedged in. And that's a horrible spot for TaToH. And TaToH has known he's probably dead for some time. And he might be calling the GG here. And he does. Crazy game from Yo. I know he's got bonuses to work with the Lithuanians. But how does he do the things that he does? He had 2 on food when he made it to Castle Age. TaToH took all of his fish in the northern pond. TaToH kind of stopped him from fishing in other ponds. The aggression was nonstop. And Yo's transitional play and his economy and then his knowledge of this civilization and how to play is just incredible. We will find ourselves in a Game 5 here in a few minutes, folks. It's been a crazy series, and it's going to be a heartbreaker either way because these guys have both been playing so good. I feel like they deserve to maybe make it all the way to the final. But, Yo bringing himself back from the dead here. On the brink of elimination, too. 82,000 resources collected, 67,000 resources there from TaToH. Do Japanese get Halbs? If so, no sense to go Samurai. Oh, yeah, Halbs get shredded by Skirms. Yeah, Halbs get destroyed by Skirms. Japanese just really struggle in this particular matchup, but also in Imp in general. That's why all the aggression came down from TaToH. Because Japanese are very flexible in the mid-game. They've got lots of early-game potential to do damage. And then, of course, having the water is good as well. And I really think TaToH approached it correctly. I think he didn't make many mistakes in this game. Him going for Imp and dropping the castle here to go for the Treb push was spot on. It just felt like Yo was still somehow to get just enough army out at all times. You know, the clutch Bombard Cannon positioning, the timing on the Skirms, the raids. Like, he raided so much in this game. Yo killed more eco than TaToH did in this game. And Yo was sitting back on defense there for most of early Imperial Age. It was impressive. So many people crumble there. T90, if you know you will not have cavalry and will be the one with slower army, why not Stonewall? These are valid questions, by the way. When I answer to them and give like a response that basically says that these ideas are invalid, I want to be clear. These are valid. These are actually valid questions. You just cannot Stonewall here. You can't. Look how open it is. One hole and you're dead. Yo will get 2 bombard cannons and he'll poke a hole in the 600 stone you put into the walls if you get him down, and then he runs in. It's really tricky. On a different map, stonewalling makes sense. On this map, army, trebs, pressure all the time. You just can't really justify the resources for it. And not to mention the APM when they're doing everything else as well. Fully understand your point, though. Maybe try and get the walls down. You know, guard tower is an idea with Japanese. You think of the bonuses to the Japanese. Unfortunately, the Lates still are going to get some kills there. And again, we move beyond this game. I think TaToH put up a crazy fight. It was a great competitive back and forth game. Could have gone either way. And we'll move on to game number 5. So we just spent the last 10, 15 minutes of that previous game just talking about how Japanese just drop off so hard. You know, it's like, oh my God, Japanese, they just don't have this. And then people begin to question, like, wait a second, Lithuanians? Why do they have so many bonuses? This doesn't make any sense. My Japanese, I'm a big Spirit of the Law fan. What is this crap, man? He deserves better. So, you know, people got all bent out of shape about the Lithuanians, and maybe rightly so. It's a really stacked civ, one of the best civs in our game, and one of the most versatile civs in Age of Empires 2. The Byzantines and the Italians are extremely versatile here on this map. There are some time windows, but I'm going to start mainly with the Italians because for the Byzantines, it's a bit simpler. It's like the longer the game goes, the better they get, okay? Now, I actually want to be even more detailed on this because this map has just been so good and these guys are such big thinkers for our game. The Italians have bonuses that players have taken advantage of to the maximum in the group stage. And that is cheaper to go to the next stage, cheaper fishing ships, and cheaper dock techs, okay? And so on a map where eventually you want to take the golds on the sides, but also there's a lot of fish in the middle, which you're going to want early, players have opted to go fast castle a lot and just kept their fishing ships near their sea tower, which will fire arrows. And yeah, and then they make fishing ships and they do not compete for water. What I thought when we brought in the map, was that people were going to compete for water every single game with 2 or 3 docks, but players have proven me wrong. And clearly, he values the versatility of the Byzantines in the late game because he also had the Mongols on a map that has a lot of hunt. So I actually really like the fact that instead of going for the Mongols, which can work early, but then can be more difficult later on, has opted for the Byzantines here. So I actually think, like, the thing that's really tricky about going fast castle with any civ other than the Italians is the fact that when you get there, you have to pay full price for the War Galley upgrade to upgrade your ships. It's the 50% off on the War Galley upgrade that makes the fast castle so freaking strong. Because you can afford to go for the docks and enough ships to clear up water, and then you just transition into a town center on land. The Byzantines, on one hand, you might want to like try and match the fast castle. Again, it's kind of tough to do. On the other hand, you could compete for water in feudal. I think competing for water in feudal doesn't fit the Byzantine strats, though, because you want to go fire ships due to the stronger fire ships, and fire ships are just a no-go in feudal because of the sea tower. So, I see you walling. I see TaToH walling. I think we have both players go fast castle. I'd be shocked if either of them ends up going for feudal age aggression. And if it's both players going fast castle, I prefer the Italians in terms of coming onto water. But if it's an even game and they both have a lot of economy and this game gets to an imp war, I definitely prefer the Byzantines. Byzantines have kind of a counter and an answer to everything. It's just they don't have an eco bonus on the back of it. So, anyways, someone had asked a question at the end of the previous game, and I'm very much in my my explaining mood today. Not that I'm normally not, but I hope that you guys are enjoying the depth of the games here because these guys are two master strategists, man. Even just the small things, like TaToH is taking this fish because he knows that when the water will be contested, he wants to be fishing directly underneath his sea tower. All these things add up. All these things matter. I guess is kind of two options, right? And what Italians have been doing is they have been winning games in early Imperial Age. So you get all these leads, right? You get a bit of a lead on water, let's say. But at the end of the day, the cheaper imp and then cheap chemistry has led to winning Treb Wars with bomber cannons. There are the rare situations, too, where you can go condos, one of TaToH's favorite units. But it's kind of hard to win that imp timing against Byzantines that has a cheaper imp. And it's hard to win a Treb War against Byzantines when Byzantines have more HP on their castles. TaToH's gold. He was forced to be creative with it. You only have 4 tiles, so he's had to walk through his wood line. Thankfully, there was a gap there. There's no guarantee those resources are going to be close to your base, so he's had to work pretty hard. And he goes full wall, as we expected. And they both actually click up at the same time. They're both doing the same thing. But I think it should be easier for the Italians to afford eco upgrades and do everything they want to do here. So Byzantines are an annoying civ to be against. Yeah, and the other thing, too, is I had mentioned if the game is even in the mid-game, I favor the Byzantines. But Byzantines can even be behind by 15 or 20 villagers, and they can afford just as much army as you. Or enough army to be able to counter you, right? Let's see resources collected. Interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on this, because there are small differences at play, but nothing too crazy. Scout is super important, though. Both players are going to arrive to Feudal Age at the exact same second. Oh, my God. Ay. That's so cool. And they're both on the opposite sides of the map at the same time. Ah, the symmetry. All right, TaToH will go Blacksmith Market. We will all be shocked and surprised. Whoa! And right now, it seems fine. Right now, it seems even. I think when it comes time to get your eco upgrades and get War Galley and potentially go 2 docks, it gets very awkward for the Byzantines. Yep, Italians have been the best civilization on this map. Byzantines, with win rate, have actually been number 2, but they've been played less, I believe. You might want to fact check me on that. I literally just, I made a bold statement, and I actually have no data. But we've seen Lithuanians win, God, not Lithuanians, sorry, Italians win so much. And it was ACCM and TaToH who would impress me the most in the group stage with their play. All right, so watch for the wood upgrades, and then watch for the War Galley upgrades, and then see what they're able to afford after. This is where I feel like the Italians are strong. So used to Yo being red. This series has been weird to watch for me. Yeah, same, but TaToH's always red for me, too. I didn't know what to do. You can't both be red. Here, watch this. You ready? You ready to be really confused? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. That gives you anxiety, doesn't it? Oh, it does me, too. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. But now you're less annoyed because that was so bad that suddenly this feels like home. Okay, so Yo's sending villagers to the right. TaToH's not sending vills out right now. TaToH added a galley. He really wants to pick away at these fishing ships. I'm not sure I love the galley idea, because I feel like with War Galley, you're going to kill the fish anyways. I feel like this is more of a play you do if you compete for Feudal. Because that is one ship that you've created that doesn't give you much value now. But we'll see. Yo's active with the scout. Where's TaToH scout at? TaToH scout was kind of in the middle. And we're waiting for the War Galley upgrade and the wood upgrade. And all those types of things. TaToH, no horse color yet, which is interesting. These guys are pretty much doing the same strat right now. At least in terms of the water. But Byzantine fires are stronger. Yo didn't even have loom. He's out here attacking crocodiles without loom. Beast. Ah, okay. So the first key difference comes in. TaToH's second town center will go at home. And not on the gold. War Galley on the way. Byzantine fires do more damage. Yo will have his upgrades in faster, but you've got to save your ship, Yo. Yep, he noticed that. He's going to repair that up. Bring in the ships. Takes out the galley. Like I said, not a fan of that, right? You spent resources on that. Didn't really help. I guess TaToH, he was able to kill or Yo was able to kill just that galley thus far. Okay. That's what the stats show. Does TaToH know about this? He doesn't. He must have just checked. His scout being weak is actually really awkward for him to move out. I believe he will heal it up. That's how important that is to him. I would love to see him heal it up. Both players repairing their ships, I'm sure, as well. Yep, there's a villager inside of that fire. You just can't see it. Both players played so good, man. Wonder if TaToH will be tempted to kill fish here. Because if you go in too far and get too greedy, you'll lose all your ships. And yeah, he doesn't even do that. He's not taking any risks, but there's a demo! Boom, big demo. That was really good for TaToH. All right, Scout's full HP now. Yo, still 2 TCs. That's not uncommon, though. And there she is hammering away, repairing the ships. TaToH with 6 ships. Scout's now fighting. Yo remembered that TaToH's scout was weak, but now we'll see. Well, maybe he forgot, actually. I think he believes that he wins that scout fight. That's what just happened. He remembered that was weak and believes that he would have won that. That's an amazing little detail that TaToH just used to get ahead. And now Yo can't see whatever TaToH is doing, and Yo also isn't going to get relics like TaToH is. So those monks from TaToH can move out freely now to get any relics, and there's a lot of relics on this map. Still very close. T90, you have $1 million, but you have to bet it on someone. Who do you bet on right now? I bet on TaToH. Because he'll have relics. Because he'll have the vision. But only, had you asked me that before that scout engagement, I might have said Yo. So, I don't know. Like, right as I said that, I would say I would prefer TaToH's position if he'd make the TC over here. So the fact that he's gone 3 town centers at home is a little questionable. But it all depends on how the game flows. Nice demos here from TaToH. This is probably where TaToH ends up winning water. And Yo doesn't even seem to be investing into it anymore. It seems like Yo is completely giving up. The sea tower is strong, but the sea tower is not very strong against Castle Age ships. Which is why people, I think, are going to rush Castle Age in the final couple days here of Titans League on this map. I'm picking Yo. He'll just bleed it and go late game. I could see it, for sure. And, like, but again, Yo is a master with vision, right? So Yo not having vision and being active over here kind of bothers me. I would have I feel like Yo can do a lot if he knows what TaToH's up to. But it's still extremely close, right? That person said if you had to bet $1 million on someone right now, I would had to pick one person, you know? But it is crazy how good these guys are that we're literally talking about the scout going down, right? It's ridiculous. I make fun of people when like something happens and a couple of viewers will say GG, but that's basically what I've implied. The details are so insane at this level these days. TaToH might have lost a couple fishing ships. And yeah, he definitely was attacked. I don't see that as a big talking point. Like, I don't even think TaToH will add more. At this point with 3 TCs, it's all farms. But good job from Yo after he lost most of his fish to kill some of TaToH's. Ooh, that was a sick demo. And there will be a demo coming out here from Yo. Yo doesn't want to fully give up on water yet. He also really doesn't want to add the third town center, excuse me. Demo's going to pop out. Save the sea tower. Save the sea tower. Save it. Okay. Also, don't give TaToH an opportunity to spread out his ships. Boom. Nice. So TaToH slowly surpassing Yo in the Vil count. TaToH with 4 relics. TaToH making outposts for vision. I don't know what happened to TaToH's scout. I think it might have died underneath his TC. I think that'd be a safe assumption. TaToH's bringing Vils now to the left side, and Yo has no scouting on that, guys. But Yo's going to click up to Imp here. But Imp into what? Imp into fire ships? It's not Imp into a Trebor. It's not Imp into any type of army on land. I'm just not in love with this move. And it also is worth mentioning, I don't recall Yo playing Shoals at all in the group stage. Maybe someone could check that for me. But I did cast every single game from group stage. I I should have mentioned this before, but I don't remember him playing it. And so there might be ideas in his mind that he thinks work well on this map. TaToH played it a lot. I mean, this is going to be... He's going to be incredibly far behind. I think what he wants to do is I think he wants to castle drop TaToH and push his base. I think that's his play. It feels like a very Yo move. He will sense he's behind. Still being stubborn on water doesn't click in my brain. You're sinking resources into an area that doesn't give any value right now. But a castle here on that stone, that feels like a very Yo thing to do. I think he should be sending the vills now if he's going to do it. It looks like the vills are on the way, and he's going to make another dock. Dang. Okay, so he really wants to come back on water. He's determined. And he's going to get some big demos. And... oh no, demo popped out the wrong side. Oh, TaToH's going to convert it? Oh, the monks from TaToH is a good move. Also, TaToH seeing the university should tell him that Yo is up. Because there's no other reason for Yo to make university right now. Oh, he didn't see it. Never mind. Okay. 82 vills versus 60. More docks from Yo. Yo has had golden stone over here for a while. Here comes some villagers. TaToH's adding a stable. Maybe just for extra scouts. Maybe he wants to consider going deeper into the whole scout line. Maybe just light cav raids. And... Yo has no army support. TaToH sees this. And TaToH places his castle in the same spot. But I don't know if that's good. Because Yo can make trebs and TaToH can't. So it was in the exact same spot. And you don't see that as a player, just in case you guys aren't 100% sure. You don't actually see the foundations of your opponent. And look at TaToH trying to demo the vills and the vills moving. You'll only see the foundation if they start to build it. Yo is going for fast fires with Byzantine, so advantage Yo on water. Yo also will be able to make trebs, so advantage Yo on land, at least here. TaToH still hasn't clicked up to Imp. TaToH is getting more upgrades, and it's going to be another game where TaToH is going to go full castle. He's going to try and YOLO this, and TaToH... oh, yes, you need stables and rams here. Oh, that'd be so good. Yo has nothing at home. Rams and knights here just completely kill Yo. And then what you want is you want rams and knights here as well. So you got to go like... I mean, that's it. That's it, guys. It's that simple. But yeah, it's not easy. But I think it would make a lot of sense. Because TaToH probably felt like if I try and go Imperial Age right now, I'm just not... I'm going to make it to Imp, and I will have lost everything. And I will have done no damage to him. And it would give Yo too much time. Okay, TaToH going to maybe mine... oh, he's going to drop a castle here, isn't he? This may prompt Yo to drop his own castle on his base, which, funnily enough, might save him from the incoming knights. We'll see if Yo notices it. TaToH will lose his castle here. He could get pop blocked. There's a lot of things that could go wrong for him. Yo notices this. He just tried to buy stone. He's one stone away. You've got to be kidding. There he goes. He dropped it off somewhere. He just put those vills into the TC. Those were stone miners. And so Yo will drop another castle. But guys, he's at 77 villagers. And TaToH is at 100. And again, he's an imp. And TaToH is not. And Yo will go for some walls around his wood line. He's taken out this castle. He could take out more if he continues to move in. TaToH's knights will run in. Yo needs to make like a palisade or a house here and a palisade and a house here and leave the treb in there. Oh my god, TaToH's all in castle. I'm not sure I love this. And Yo's defense loses a couple vills here. TaToH breaks in. Yo still has golden stone here though, which is really nice. I guess he has wood over there as well. I don't know, I just kind of expected TaToH to go imp. Like, I could see what he was thinking in the moment, guys, but I think he just had a bit of a tough decision to make. I don't know if I've loved the amount of damage he's done, and Yo is going to be able to take this castle down. Castles were for control, but he's going to lose that control. And Yo knows to focus the left-hand side, too. TaToH is up now. So imagine how much faster he would have been had he not gone for the armor and made the knights. But then again, he might have been under more pressure, so it's really hard to say. What is the unit comp going to be against Byzantines? Well, hard to know when the Byzantine guy is only making trebs so far. It's extremely hard to know. I think we're going to see halbs, though, from Yo. So I would say prep to go archers if you're TaToH. But I like how he's still making cav, because sometimes Yo might just assume that TaToH's going to stop it. And this type of thing is really good from TaToH, if he can continue to do it. Yeah, good awareness. He also has stolen a lot of resources here, so he can just run away. Kill the monk from Yo. Yo had gotten a conversion. I want to look at resources collected real quick. TaToH's collected 6k more resources, more of every single resource. Where's this MTC? Where's this MTC? Oh my god, it's this one. Okay. Normally I check that and I just don't say it and you guys freak out. But yeah, that is his MTC. Thank god he didn't just lose his MTC. Forging upgrade will complete. Okay, so that's nice. Whoops. TaToH converted a villain here. TaToH's running away. He's falling back with another castle. Yo has made a stable. He's made a couple spears. I mean, I still don't really know what Yo's going to go for. TaToH's definitely committed to Cavalier, which I'm not in love with. I think he's worried. I think he feels like he can't just go light cav with Italians because Byzantines counter cav so well. So he's thinking, well, maybe if my cav is stronger. But guys, TaToH is scrambling up houses here as he's lacked pop space now. He doesn't have archer ranges yet. And you know exactly what Yo's going to do here. Yo wants to make a castle and more trebs on this side. But he just can't move out yet because he doesn't have the army. Yo getting chemistry. Not chemistry, sorry, ballistics. He's getting bodkin, so he's going to come with ranges. And Yo's trebs are not protected. TaToH will take this treb with 2 knights. A big weakness of Yo's play right now is that he just hasn't had the army. It's just been castles and trebs. And TaToH's not going to give up on water. And I like this decision a lot. Especially because both players kind of have castles near the water. And you could go for cannon galleons if you had water control. And TaToH will also kill the treb. That's 2 trebs killed with a couple knights. Everything's been worth it then. He also knows the ranges are coming too. So he could have an idea of what Yo's going to go for. Still trying to raid Yo over here. Yo just house walling it out. Yo at 104 villagers. Remember that part in this cast where I said that Byzantines can come back from anything? About being behind 30 villagers with Byzantines. It's not ideal, but it doesn't mean anything. You could still always win the game. Now, their arbalests aren't cheaper, though, right? So you're going for arbs, which is just normal price. It's interesting he's going arbalest. And it's interesting that TaToH is going cavalier. I don't think Yo expects this. Yo is expecting TaToH to go into, like, skirms. Or something along those lines. Yo doesn't see this castle. And he doesn't know TaToH's getting fast fire and will come back on water. So that will force some type of a reaction. He also will have to react here. If TaToH can get some raids down. Oh my god, he could lose the castle foundation. He could lose the castle foundation. He's going to lose the castle foundation. He deleted it. Oh my god, that next shot would have actually taken out the castle foundation. It's rare that happens because if the villagers get multiple hits, the castle can survive another hit from the castle. But when there's always one villager going forward like that, it can happen. I've seen it enough times to, you know, freak out like I just did. Couple pikes will be here. TaToH can't exactly reinforce with these raids, so that'll probably be dealt with. And arbalest still isn't in for Yo. Guys, Yo, I guess this is his gold income, but he doesn't really have a lot of gold income right now. TaToH treb cut! He cut the tree with the treb! Are you kidding me? I need to double check that. What a beastly play. Are you kidding me, TaToH? He cut the tree with a treb like he was playing Fat Sub on Black Forest with the old balance or something. And so he's now sniped a trebuchet. He's now going to snipe another one. And he can push this area while simultaneously defending on the next as he's massing army there. Dang. Oh, what was that? What point of the game was that? 39 minutes? We'll go back and look at that later. Because Yo is eventually going to build up for a bit of a pushback here. He really needed those trebs. But at the same time, he's struggling to get much of a push going here. TaToH has sniped so many crucial trebs, which has delayed Yo's push. He's got another one. This one should be repaired by Yo. But Yo's distracted on the other side. Yo didn't react because of the distractions. And TaToH's got a nice little lead here. He's still got full gold saturation on the left side. He's starting to push Yo back in the north. I think Yo's in big trouble right now. And it was, unfortunately for him, just the theme of the series, giving up too much map control for early imp pushes. Or even early Castle Age pushes. He just doesn't have the techs in. Remember, it was 4 town centers versus 2. And then Yo went up to imp with one of those TCs. So only 1 town center was producing villagers at that time. And TaToH stayed in Castle Age even longer. So he could take a little bit more map control. Make sure he'd have good control in crucial areas. And while it looked awkward for TaToH at times, he's found all the answers now. And Yo has his own bomber cannon here. TaToH, he sees it though, and he kills it. Unbelievable from TaToH. You can tell he just loves this map. I mean, he played it in Red Bull so well. We changed it a little bit from the Red Bull Legacy tournament. Yo's finally got Halb. He's at 160 pop. It really doesn't feel like he has 160 pop. I guess his vill count is actually much crazier than it was before. Because he was only at 100 villagers a few moments ago. So maybe now he starts to get some of the techs in. But as he starts to get those techs in, he's still losing ground on both sides. And TaToH's going to have Pavise. He's getting infantry upgrades, so we might see some condos. And I don't even know if he needs condos. Like, you can make condos, and condos are a great unit against, like, Halb to mix in. The beauty of the condo is that it's got really good stats for a unit you don't need to really research any tech in order to get access to, beyond Imperial Age, of course. But even just look at this, right? Like, Yo not able to snipe that trebuchet because TaToH snipes the cannon. All because Yo is distracted over here. And TaToH takes out another castle, and now Yo is wide open on this side. Yo has to abandon his eco at home as well. I think TaToH's going to do this. Pavise adds a little bit of armor to the condos, but also the archers for the foot archers for the Italians. And condos produce really fast as well. But yeah, again, I don't even know if TaToH needs it. He could switch archers now. Yo doesn't even have skirms. Yo is desperate, guys. And it's really hard to come back in these scenarios. I think this has officially reached a point where if TaToH were to lose this game, it's a throw, right? Up to this point, it was all strategic. Both players with varying degrees of strategy. Different aspects of how they see the game. But right now, TaToH's in such a good spot. He should win this game. He should move on to the semifinal. He had a beastly performance against Doubt in the round of 12 with some incredibly entertaining games. We even saw him maybe take a page out of Doubt's book earlier on in this very long series. But I just don't see a way back for Yo. Anytime he sends a unit forward, it's going to be countered. The Halbs, the condos beat that. The Bombard Cannons, the Cavalier will snipe it. And TaToH's not even in his final form, guys. On water, he's probably going to make cannon galleons. It won't take him too long. We might see the GG before then, but I think cannon galleons would be the final move. Because then you have all control of here. And Yo taps out. What a game. What a series. There's so many games in this series that I just want to go back and I just want to rewatch. But actually, hold on. Before I forget about this. Can we go back to the Treb cut? Can we see if that was actually a Treb cut? Oh my god. TaToH sees the Trebs from Yo. He unpacks his own Treb. Yo's like, you're going to go after the wall? What a loser. Boom. Hits the tree. I imagine that was intentional. It is possible he actually went for the wall and it just ended up hitting the tree. But that was a big moment. But yeah, TaToH wins. And guys, man, TaToH seems to be... He seems to have the right balance of aggression and the right balance of strategy. There wasn't a single game in this series where I really felt like his strategy fell flat. Whereas with Yo, maybe he looked a little clueless on Arena. It's a frustrating loss for Yo because Yo could have probably won the Franks Khmer game had there not been a hole in the wall and had TaToH not broken in. There was just a lot of aggression from TaToH in general in this series, and Yo might feel like maybe I could have done better on it. But when I think of the strats and I think of how they played, forgetting even about the Franks Khmer game because I think that was fairly standard stuff from Yo. Arena, didn't really seem like a great performance from Yo. And then this map here, I know what he was trying to do. I know he was going for the castles and the trebs, and it did put TaToH in a questionable area, but every other game I've seen, players are at least going for 3 town centers, right? You still have a cheaper Imperial Age of your Byzantines. You're still pretty even in the mid game. I was just surprised that I didn't see that from Yo, because Byzantines can show more in Imperial Age, and they shouldn't be overrun like that. But a great series. We'll have another quarterfinal coming up. The next quarterfinal is going to be the Viper versus Jordan. We will have 2 more quarterfinals the next day, of course. I hope people enjoyed that one. It's rare that every game just has so many fun talking points. Like I said, even in the games where, even in the arena game where Yo kind of got stomped, it was so fun to talk about because of the TaToH mind games. TaToH mind gamed him so hard and decided not to walk forward with the castle, decided to boom. And then Yo finally felt like, oh, you're not going to castle drop me? And then he gets castle dropped anyways. Holy cow. A treat of a series there.